10 years ago, John Armstrong met Anne, and it was an instant attraction. Joining forces in marriage and business, they set out to become multi-millionaires. Together, they've built UFit, Coventry's third largest double glazing company. But with sales figures now on the slide, Anne's looking for some new ideas to revitalise the business.
It's a book called Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. It's all about changing from a negative to a positive way of thinking. This is quite relevant because I've always been one of these people who's come in and gone, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that, and I don't think it's always paid us dividends, has it? The crux of it is they either do it our way or they don't do it at all. Eating at desks. I'm really annoyed that I've actually put here that as recently as Monday this week, somebody was eating an apple at their desk. Look, down the centre here, there's cups all down the middle, there's cups on everybody's desk at the end of the day. And to be perfectly honest, I do think it's becoming a bit like a shithole. I know it sounds like we're being overbearing, and we're not asking you to walk over hot coals or anything, we're just saying we've got these policies to keep the place nice and tidy. So just adhere to them or go and work somewhere else, basically. My natural instinct is actually to be very, very nice and to, you know, isn't it? What I normally do every morning is just log on to the cameras. I love these cameras. This is the yard entrance. Lighting up in the yard. Smoking on this site is actually an act of gross misconduct and is sackable. And I am trying to do things differently, and it's as hard for me as it is for other people, I suppose.
You know you've made it when you've got your own plinth, don't you? Now we not only occupy the land, and we're now master of the air.
What's been concerning Anne is how hard it is to get the sales force to actually use the phones.
Let's get this show on the road.
She and John spend £2,000 a week generating leads for the team, who sometimes spend as little as half an hour a day making calls. Anne intends to change all that.
I'm telling you something, from tomorrow onwards, all of those leads are going to be phoned. And what I'm saying to everybody now is that we've got to get these sales built up, because otherwise we're going to be in trouble. I want it to work, because he is going to shit on my head from a great height if it doesn't.
You don't want to be having a Ferrari and only driving it down the shops in first gear, do you? You know, that's like a bit like our business. We want to be getting it up into 5th gear and 6th gear. You know, want to be redlining it.
Don't want you to poo your pants over this, because I know I've not been brilliant in the past in terms of managing, basically. I react emotionally. So I'm going to try a new tact. Today is the end of whatever's happened before.
Anne isn't sure that she can bring about an improvement in the sales team's performance on her own.
Lovely Coventry skyline over there.
So she's invited a dynamic young business consultant to pitch for the job of helping her. But John is less than enthusiastic.
Are you excited? This is going to be the start of something big today, John. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
You don't normally like consultants, do you, John?
No.
You normally think that you know better than they do, don't you?
No. Well, yeah, that's right, because if they're so fucking good, how come they ain't doing it then?
We really need to get an idea on why people are and why people aren't buying from you.
I can't bear to think that people are laughing at us because they've gone on the website, we've put shitloads of money into getting these leads, and they're going cold. We've tried the carrot, we've tried the stick, we've tried chocolate bars, we've tried everything. You know, we've got to do it a different way, and I'm excited about this.
Okay then. And how much is it?
Well, the way that it works is it's very, very simple. I charge myself at a day rate of 500, which is a very competitive rate.
But if we said we want, what would be the 6th? How much
Fuck
would
you,
that
we
be?
can do it ourselves. Yeah.
And everyone
So are you going to increase the call rate then?
Well, the thing is, it's a number of things we'll do, and one of the things will be increasing the call rate. The other
Well, there
thing,
you are. So if we increase our call rate, we've done what you've done without having to pay you. What was, and now what is, and is tomorrow a new day? Yes, it is.
okay, that doesn't make any sense to me.
You're trying to put the tyre on the rim, and we ain't even got the spokes in yet.
If we're going to stop at the roadside and we're going to be putting a wheel back on, we might as well get onto a completely different road and go for it.
Yeah, but Anne, what I'm saying is that before you can go down that road, you've got to make sure the vehicle's got oil and water in, right? Now, we can do that. We don't need someone to come and do it for us.
But you need to then bring the mat to the new road.
What I'm saying is, we can put our own wheel back on.
Okay.
We can do it ourselves.
All right, well, we'll do it ourselves.
Because basically he's going to come here, charge you £5.5 grand to tell you that the bucket's got holes in it and that's why it's got a leak.
Shot down by John on the hiring of a consultant, Anne's next line of attack is to recruit a super salesperson.
I've just had an idea.
Oh.
I think we need to look for something a little bit different. We're looking for something special. We're looking for that certain something. And I'm a great believer in you can't tell how somebody's going to turn out. You can sit and talk to them until the cows come home, but you know, I want to look at their personality and see what's behind the CV. So anyway, that's my theory. Because we are a dynamic, growing company. I mean, let's be honest, we're not exactly stuck in the dark ages, and I want some people with a bit of go about them.
Anne's advertisement in the Coventry Evening Telegraph has produced just one applicant, 34-year-old Michael Handel.
I think he'd do quite well personally. I think he'd fit in here quite well.
I think so as well.
I mean, that advert costs 120 quid and he's the only fucker who's sat in that chair. So he's got to fucking do it, right? And you will do it, won't you? Because, you know, he seems... I'm telling you, all the waifs and strays from all walks of life end up in double glazing. You'd be all right, fucking hell. I mean, see some of the people who've come here. You know, they've fucking managed.
This is our sales office. What we've got in here is our two lovely sales guys that are working down the bottom.
Right. Yeah, good.
Might have ironed his shirt before he come back.
There's Neil.
He'll probably be just like the rest of them. He won't be here long. I'll give him about a week.
On a roll after recruiting Michael, Anne's convinced John to consider another consultant to help her motivate the team.
This morning we've got a meeting with, I don't know what to call him. He's been sold to me as a motivational type guy. We had somebody in to do some product training for us the other day, and although he admitted that our sales guys were a little bit brighter than they had been the previous time, he still thought that a couple of them probably weren't breathing at one point in the meeting. They were just very flat. It's just trying to keep them up, and we're sort of running out of ideas. So we've got to look at other ways now of getting around this, you know, keeping them motivated. So this guy said, look, I can put you in touch with Basil, and he'll come along and have a talk to you.
It's a bit like, you ever seen Braveheart at the beginning? And he goes, you can fight for your family, you can fight your friends, but they can't take away your freedom. The principle is the same, isn't it? Well, he motivated them, didn't he? It's time honoured, tested. Let's see how much he is like Mel Gibson.
The man pitching for the task of motivating the UFit sales team is Zimbabwean motivational guru Basil Meany.
You seem to think you have a bit of a problem.
I think I don't have a problem. My salespeople do.
Yeah.
It just seems that they're a bit flat sometimes.
And I don't care what anybody says, attitude is everything. If you've got the right attitude, there is nothing you can't achieve. A one-armed golfer with the right attitude is far better than any two-armed golfer with the wrong attitude.
And your attitude determines your altitude.
Right, there you've got it.
If we notice up front that any of them are not going to use this program the way it should be used, or they're not really going to put a lot of effort into it, we'll tell you, you're wasting your time here.
We never have a failure with our programs. We don't have disappointed customers. So when you look at it, what do you actually get for your program? Okay, it's written as well as recorded material. You then get a plan of action, which is something that you will use for the rest of your life.
Basil's solution to the UFIT sales problem is to put all 4 team members on his infallible program, as well as John and Ann.
Okay. And how much is it?
It's £2,500.
£2,500.
Are you worth more than £2,500 as an individual?
£2,500 per person?
Yes.
Right. What sort of financial price can you do for us?
£2,500.
See, I can't buy something at the first price that someone said. That is not me.
You pay for what you get today.
Yeah, but we want to buy rump steak for the price of £0.5 of mince.
That's right.
You see, and that's the way this business works.
There's a whole pile of testimonial evidence there.
From solicitors from all sorts that you can, and you please, we would encourage you to phone them, speak to them.
Hello there, could I speak to Peter Savage, please? What sort of deal did he do then?
Recorded on the CD.
Price-wise?
If we did anything at all, we would want husband and wife. Obviously, you would end up with one program.
We're not asking you to pay the whole lot up front either.
Okay. Let's say we have it at 2.5 over 6 months. Yeah. What about if we put 2 others through on it?
From a starting price of £15,000, John's managed to wear Basil down to providing an alternative package for the sales team for under £3,000.
And that's the deal.
Okay.
Fine. I wonder if we could get a grant for it.
Next Tuesday, 2:30.
That's fine.
They're very excited about it. Can't wait to get hold of them.
They haven't met them yet, but they sense that there's young minds down there that need
That
to...
old boy was very G'd up about that, wasn't he?
At the end of the day, it can't do any harm. It really can't do any harm. And if we can just get a bit of life into the people. Right. To hear does not necessarily imply attention or application. To listen always does. Throughout Success Through Positive Mental Attitude, we urge you to listen to the message. This means to see how you can relate and assimilate the principle into your own life. What have I been saying over the last couple of days? People have got to listen. The hardest thing will be the day when I come in the mother of all moods. They'll say, that's it, knew it wouldn't last long. They're probably just waiting me to turn back into this moaning, whinging, evil woman who was here before. But the test will be the first day everything goes wrong.
It's not long before Anne's new positive thinking is put to the test. The cleaners haven't turned up for work.
We need an Hoover, really. Well, no, I'll rephrase that. We've got an Hoover, we need some cunt to push it up and down the carpet.
Why do people become cleaners if they don't want to do the cleaning? Now, my reaction was, I said to John, if they are complaining about the toilets, I haven't seen them over there for some time. I mean, admittedly, the last time I cleaned the toilets, when we were in the old factory, remember that Sunday, John? There was shit up the wall, at sort of shoulder level. How do you do that? I mean, I'm tall, but even I couldn't shit at that level. There's no one in there, is there? So I cleaned up for them, but I vowed never to do it again.
The lady from the cleaning company, we had a meeting, and her first comment to me was, it's murder trying to get anyone to come here and clean. Hello? Bitch, I don't know you lie.
I can't have negative people around me. I'm sure it says so in my book somewhere.
As another week begins, new start Michael Handel is anticipating a warm you-fit welcome on his first day. But everyone seems to have more important things to think about, including Anne.
I've got some software on here. It basically logs all of the
supply your leads, they advertise.
internet usage throughout the company. I'll have a little look every so often just to make sure that nobody's sort of taking the mickey with it. Oh, we've had all sorts. What was that website we got, John? Bigtits.com?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, somebody was searching bigtits.com. But when you actually look at how much time it is, it's a hell of a lot of time. We're paying for it. And you know, if people aren't answering the phones because they're finishing an email to their mate, it's not really very good. Right, I'm just going to do a quick induction with Michael so he knows where he can smoke and not. Over the next couple of days, you've got an awful lot of information to take in and you've got a lot going through your head, so, you know, just take it easy. Right, now this morning we have got...
Mr. Motivator.
Mr. Motivator is coming in to talk to everybody, so if you just want to make yourself comfortable in here, and we'll get the rest of the crew, and we'll be back in a second. Okay.
Imagination is one of the most important things in our life. But when you have a no limitations belief on yourself, anything's possible. Who knows what the slight edge means? You guys. What do you think the slight edge means? The slight edge is very, very tiny, but the results are big. And that's what all of us should be striving for, is that slight edge. We should be looking for the slight edge. Because you know what? When you take the most successful people in this world and people who are unsuccessful, there's very little differences in them, you know. Just the very successful people have the slight edge. Starting to make a little bit of sense to you? And one of the ways that you can think about getting that slight edge is through positive expectancy. Do any of you understand what positive expectancy is? Michael, what is positive? You're nodding your head there. What is positive expectancy?
Well, I'm familiar with most of this stuff.
Right.
Positive expectancy. You're after attaining a result and you expect to get it.
Right. They get that down the other end of the line as well. And they say, wow, this is somebody who's speaking with authority. This is somebody I want to deal with. You guys starting to get an idea of how powerful positive expectancy, how powerful self-belief actually is, how it can change the world. So you guys like a small little break there and relax a little bit?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yep.
Have some coffee or tea or whatever you fancy, or the smokers have a smoke break.
Why don't you come and work here? Hey?
You pay me enough?
You'd write your own cheque, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
You would, yeah.
Not a rock, mate.
No.
Write 2 checks.
And on top of it, I love what I do.
You love working, yeah, but think of the future.
I am the future.
He did his whole positive thinking thing, which I'm more than familiar with all that stuff anyway, so I just struggled not to be bored to tears, really.
That girl, I think, is going to be very good. She pays a lot of attention.
Yeah.
That Luke pays a lot of attention. The youngster that you've just taken on already knows it all.
Yeah. Have you been looking at him?
No, he's got a very serious attitude problem. He hasn't even opened his little folder.
In fact, I had to
Reading
turn away
through.
because it was getting me down, so...
Yeah.
It could prove to be very enlightening for a lot of people who maybe never come across it, but for me, I'm already a world champion in my chosen field. So I kind of like, I take that and I take from wherever else as well. Yeah. So.
Who has got an idea how the mind works? Okay, go on, you tell me. How does the mind work?
What, you want 5 minutes?
Yeah, just briefly, very briefly.
Give me some context. Be a bit more specific.
How does the mind work? Don't need to be more specific than that. You're going to tell me how the mind works.
You've got me there. I need a bit more boundaries there. How does the mind work?
Yeah.
You can be conscious, you can be unconscious.
Fine, talk.
it's you're treading on all kinds of religious people's toes as well, depending on
None at all.
whether you say,
None at all.
whether you
The
say
mind is a
toilet,
universal truth that
whether
does
it's
one
the
simple
brain.
thing.
Yeah, you have a lot of debate over where exactly it is. You know, is it inside your body? Is it outside your body?
Well, like, let's say you want to go to the toilet. What do you do?
Sometimes I'll go to the toilet.
Well, there you are. Then the mind's told you to do it, hasn't it?
The mind has put in a little. I'm not sure it's the mind actually.
Oh, for fuck's
a little
sake.
request.
Fucking out loud. Cut him a bit of slack.
Okay.
Never mind. Right,
All right. What we're going to do is we're going to work on what the mind does.
No, he's got a point. But even something as simple as going to the toilet, you get to choose whether you go or not.
We're not going to get into any huge philosophical type things here, okay? It's a simple thing, okay? So,
It's a very huge philosophical thing. How does this work?
all right, would you like to carry on and give us all the story, or are you going to leave me to do it?
Go right ahead.
Thank you. Okay. Basically, the mind works in two ways, all right? First of all, you've got the subconscious mind and you've got the conscious mind. As soon as he starts talking, they go... thinking, oh boy.
John, what are we going to do?
Give him a try. Remember that there's no limitations belief
That's
on
true.
everybody. Give him a go. You might be able to change him and he might become a really good person. No, I don't see why he can't.
But never mind, we'll see.
Well, it's on a trial. Did you put in his letters 10-day temporary trial basis?
6 months.
6 months. It is not 6 months. I told you when it was in the interview. It's 10 months, 10 weeks, 10
Oh, is it?
days.
All right then.
So
Well,
what
I
you going to do?
pointed
Keep
to-
me here for 6 months?
No, we're not going to keep him here for 6 months. I pointed out in the contract, it says that at any time in the first 6 months, we don't have to give a reason.
Yeah.
But you're already thinking that you're getting rid of him.
Well, you know.
Might have sold a conservatory by the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's your star. You employed him.
You fucking employed him.
I kept quiet in this one. All I did was invited him in for an interview. I knew I'd get blamed. I knew it.
Anne and John have been keeping a close eye on Michael and are giving him his first appraisal after 24 hours on the job.
You've only been here in a matter of, it's easy to count hours rather than days for you at the moment, isn't it? So from yesterday's point of view, did you find it beneficial?
As I said, I don't think it was appreciated, but I have been through all that before, and not with him personally, because I've got throughout my life I've been pretty much defined by the board game Othello. I'm a sort of a professional Othello player, if you like, and that's all I do until recently. It's all, my whole focus has been tournaments, you know, performing in tournaments against like-minded guys, and so this whole positive thinking stuff is it's useful, it's important, but it's not the be-all and end-all, and there's a lot of other stuff.
Yep.
I've got to ask for time off at some point so I can go and play in these World Championships. Is that going to be arrangeable?
So obviously you started the job prior to knowing that you were at the interview. You didn't tell us that you were intending to have.
You didn't know.
You didn't tell us, did you? Did you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So why didn't you tell us?
Because I have an allergy to bragging, and there's a talk about Othello and the achievements that I've
Well, we're
done.
not bothered what you do. It's the actual time away from the business that we're concerned about. Well, we'll have a discussion about it and let you know.
Cheers,
That's
then.
lovely,
Thanks,
thank
Mark.
you.
When do you think you can get back to me on
Tomorrow morning.
tomorrow morning?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Feel free to check out Othello websites, whatever you'll verify the dates for yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
All right then,
Cheers.
thank you.
Thanks then. What do you mean I didn't fucking ask him? What, are you going to do to a fellow, whatever the fuck it is, some Shakespeare fucking tournament, you know, a week after starting the job? He could have told us, couldn't he?
tried this, John? Improving team performance?
I haven't, no.
Why?
Because I'm reading Cycling Weekly.
I think they've underestimated me, actually. I think I'm going to have to put my foot down a bit with a firm hand. I mean, I get the impression that they think I'm a bit soft and fuzzy. I think of myself as UFIT's stealth bomber. I'm the pilot of the stealth bomber. And I'm going to drop my payload if they carry on the way they are, I think. I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to check my lottery ticket, because if I've won, you're not going to see my heels for dust out this door. Perhaps I shouldn't be using the company website for this, but hey. Right. Ooh. 3. Oh, 14. Oh, sugar. I pressed on some work. Hey-ho. One of my sales guys hasn't turned up. Who's working these leads today? Because Dan hasn't come in.
I don't know.
Well, exactly. It grieves me. Somebody hasn't come in, and really I ought to be... I might as well just rip that up in a funny sort of way. We've paid to generate these leads and there's nobody to cover them, and it's a disaster, basically. I can hear the phones ringing. You know, I know people aren't getting callbacks as they should be today, and I just think to myself, it's just a shame he's not here. I think I'm developing the thing that I ain't gonna shit on nobody's head unless I have to, but when I do, it'll be from a very great height. She's back, isn't she? Annie's back. Didn't last long. Don't start wallowing in that pit. Get up off your arse and go and do some selling if it's bothering you. John has had this idea that we can sell windows to builders in France.
The ring beam, clip in all the way round. That's my fucking car, that is. I mean, I've fucking spent...
We fucking work hard for this. Fucking let him go. We don't need wankers like that. We got enough other ones.
I can't fucking believe it.
10 years ago, John Armstrong met Anne, and it was an instant attraction. Joining forces in marriage and business, they set out to become multi-millionaires. Together, they've built UFIT, Coventry's third largest double glazing company. But success can't guarantee happiness, and in times of crisis, it helps to have a partner who can lift your spirits.
Because we've got to get you cheered up. You're doing my head in.
Oh, I don't know.
You're very low. No, it's not right.
No.
Come on, cheer up, man.
Yeah.
Oh, John, you seem so low.
Yeah.
You're low like the turnover.
Yeah.
Business at UFIT has hit a slump. It costs £25,000 a week just to keep the factory open, but the sales force is only bringing in 15.
There must be something we can do in the short term. But don't start wallowing in that pit. You know, where you're saying, it's a bad month, it's always a bad month at this time of year. No, I'm saying, get up off your arse and go and do some selling if it's bothering you. Why?
Because I'm not bothered.
So let me get this right. You don't like things the way they are, but you don't want to change them. John, I think you're mental.
Yeah?
That's not normal talk.
No.
And that's not the John who used to be all fired up and, you know, telling me to get things sorted out and everything.
You people in here, stop looking down at your feet and start looking at the stars. Yeah, start aiming for the stars and you'll hit the moon. Use the tools we've got, you know, like you've got the sharpest tool in the drawer and you're using like a spoon. Don't use bow and arrow when we've got an atom bomb. What you believe you can achieve, yeah? Got to do my stretching exercises now.
Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Anne's nagging has paid dividends, and John has come up with a dramatic plan to rekindle both the UFIT finances and his own flagging spirits.
John has had this idea that we can perhaps sell windows to builders in France, which is a lovely idea, that's great, but we don't really speak a word of French between us, so it's going to be quite challenging. Hopefully, because this is a completely new area, it's still something he knows about. Obviously, it's windows and conservatories in any language. So hopefully that will give him a bit of spark, and he loves France anyway. We've only been there twice, but we've committed ourselves now and bought a place over there. I do dream about this, what this is going to be like the first time we actually go there when we've got the keys. Going through the front door for the first time and just to see the lounge and the rooms off it. I can definitely see myself sitting on that balcony at night with my glass of wine and, you know, it'll make a change from being in sunny Coventry.
Je voudrais des fraises, s'il vous plaît.
Je voudrais des fraises, s'il vous plaît.
Je voudrais des fraises, s'il vous plaît.
I said that.
Le prochain train pour Dijon, par à quelle heure, s'il vous plaît?
Oh, shit. Let's try the other side, it might be easier.
Anne doesn't intend to let the language barrier get in the way of their conquest of France.
What are we going to say to these people in France?
We are looking to supply contracts in France, yeah?
We are looking
to supply...
That's how it's going to go. We have been in business for 9 years. Otherwise they might think we're some twats who made this up on the plane on the way over. Should we say we specialise? Because we do in conservatories. We specialise in the manufacturing of conservatoires.
And it is a DIY bricolage.
Without the need
for specialist assistance. And we are able to supply air conditioning units for this conservatory in your hot, hot land where the sun is very strong. Getting into continental Europe, yeah? So, with UFIT, which is a European registered trademark anyway, we've established, set up a domain website called VUFIT, which is French for you, makes sense. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. So we're driving down there with a window, and I think there's a massive potential there for the conservatories.
They're putting their trust in an internet website to translate their sales pitch into French.
We better when I get to France if it's sunny out. That lovely blue sky, I think that'll perk me up. For God's sake, I tell you, I'm flying around the corner.
Idiot!
Got to swing round, looked at me, but there's nothing there. Next thing I've hit John's car.
God, because you can see it hit it. Well, it hit it there and it's just gone in right at an angle.
Can't we report him to the police, driving without due care and attention? But the best of it is, we pay the insurance for that twat to be driving like that.
Well, all I can say, luckily it was us and not someone else.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
God's sake, I tell you, I fucking hate this. That's fucking done my head in.
You know, this is the bloke who a few weeks ago, we had a phone
He's just
call.
resigned now, he's done us a favour.
Good! Fucking let him go. We don't need wankers like that. We got enough other ones.
I can't fucking believe this. That's my fucking car, that is. I mean, I fucking spent...
We fucking work hard for this, and that
I mean, he's gone and fucking done that. God knows how much that's going to cost. That is going to cost fucking shitloads. I can't believe that.
That is what you get with employing people. I know accidents happen, and I know I've probably reacted, you know.
Well, he walked out, Anne.
Well, good.
I mean, he resigned. We didn't have to sack him.
I suppose the twat will try and do us for some sort of thing now.
Well, he's the one who walked out. He said he's not being spoken to like that.
Good job he went when he did then.
Man, I've got a bit of a sore throat coming on.
Do you think that's due to the accident?
Yeah, very probably. What, sue ourselves? All that'll happen is the premium will just go shooting up, Anne. But I don't give a fucking monkeys, to be honest with you. I'm gonna take them bastards for every penny they've fucking got.
Which bastards? Us? I'm sure it's that seagull thing, bird, whatever it is. I'll just fly off and shit on someone else's head.
Not too bad. Unfortunately, the Jag, one of our lorry drivers, is basically backed into... That's smashing. Alright then, Eddie? Thanks then. Right. That's a fucking good outfit, that place. Getting us another XJ as a replacement.
Oh.
I wonder if we'll get the supercharged one. We've just got to get the sat-nav. I've got my pillow and the porridge, Anne.
Look what he's just put in the folder with the paperwork. 2 slices of bread.
Yeah, because I'm fucking hungry, and I'll be hungry later. I've got to drive blooming 700, 800, 900 miles to fuck knows where.
And I would walk 500 miles.
Continue to follow the M6 for the next 15 miles.
John and Anne's first assault on the continental double glazing market is in Montpellier, 815 miles away in the south of France.
Shit. Fucking assholes, I'm on the wrong side of the fucking road, ain't I? Right, did it say the A26 on your map?
Take the A26 via Reims, Troyes and Dijon.
Remember...
You're a womble.
No. The one-eyed man is something in the kingdom of the blind.
GPS position unreliable.
No. Find new route.
It says current destination, Sheet, Hampshire.
No. Okay. Well, I don't know. It's all a bit confusing, to tell you the truth. Ha 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 ha! You've got to go to work in all the shitty traffic. And for all we know, we might be having to turn around and get in the fucking...
Why don't we just slow down?
For fuck's sake, this ain't right. We should have gone that way. This fucking thing's sending us into Paris, isn't it? Shit, fucking what the fucking cunt's going on?
Oh, I'm getting a bit scared now. We're getting a bit close. I think I ought to phone the ranch and see how everything is.
What the sales are doing and...
Is Andy Savoury there, please?
Yeah, hang on.
Cheers. John, that CD is terrible.
What are they playing now?
Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, that's the best one.
Hi, Anne.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine. I bet you're well sunned, aren't you?
Oh yeah, it's really cold here, it's freezing.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, just a bit of wind. Not me, that's... Francis got a bit of wind, yeah. How's everything back at the ranch?
All right.
Yeah?
All right, steady, yeah. We're doing all right, yeah.
Has Dan come back?
Dan's back. I ain't really had time to sit and talk to him.
Has Michael come back?
Michael's back this morning. Basil's just walked in as well.
Oh, of course, you've got your meeting this morning.
Yeah. All right, then.
All right, then.
Okay, cheers.
Goodbye.
Ta-da.
Sunshine.
Bloody hell.
Right, now we've got to be careful to remember to go on the right side of the road.
Aiming high, John and Anne have set up a meeting with the leading window suppliers in the south of France.
Flash.
Vous aviez quelques questions à me poser? Vous voulez me poser quelques questions sur...
Oui. Mais pour la réunion, nous aujourd'hui, merci beaucoup.
Oui.
So far, so good.
Voulez-vous vous asseoir?
Oui.
Merci.
Est-ce que nous pouvons vous donner une explication de nos produits?
Oui, bien sûr.
We will explain our products. Conservatoires.
L'addition to la maison conservatoire.
Est-ce qu'il y a beaucoup de conservatoires en France?
Conservatoire.
Like.
What was the other word we came up with? We do it. Is bricolage do it yourself?
Yes.
Bricolage. Nous fabriquons.
Oui.
Oui. And hang on, I've got a great line here. What do you like?
As a foil, the mahogany,
Wood grain.
wood, a clip in all the way round. The ring beam sit on top of frame, aluminium roof, PVC, turnbuckle, cleat, bang 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 to fasten roof frame. Instruction for bricolage DIY man, homeowner. Yeah. C'est domestique for la maison, bricolage en kit, en retailer.
I don't know. I can't.
In English.
Yeah, in English. Would you?
Do you think that DIY, do-it-yourself, bricolage, conservatoire, essai, is there a market in France?
Perhaps.
Let's resort to drawing because
Yeah, I'll draw
obviously nous fabriquerions en Angleterre et le livrerions vous sur notre camion. Here's the lorry.
Our price to you, contract price, low.
Right.
Do you think we're fluent?
No,
I think he understood.
I think he grabbed the price and realised there's my profit in it.
Yeah, money talks.
It does, yeah.
I told him en français that I'm going to, when I return to England on, I think I said Friday, it could have been any random day of the week, that I would send him a letter in French confirming prices and information, and he understood. So it must have been okay.
Onward and upward, definitely. I want to do more now.
Back in Coventry, the shortage of orders has brought the factory to a standstill. John and Ann have hopes that the thousands they spent hiring motivational guru Basil Meany will help boost the sales team's performance. But so far, Basil's failed to inspire.
He looks at me as a threat because, well, first of all, I'm very sceptical about all this stuff. And I'm sceptical about him.
Ann and John, they've brought into whatever he's sold them. I'm not saying that he's full of shit or anything like that. I'm saying what he does bring over to me, it makes a lot of sense. But he just seems to think that if you believe you can do something, you can do it, which is bullshit. If I jumped out that window now, I ain't gonna fucking fly.
So it's what it takes to become a winner. That's the subject we're on today. And one of the things that we've got to look at is, first of all, are you using your best knowledge and your skills? In other words, are you applying everything that you know to the best of your ability in order to achieve the figures for today? Or are you, in quite blunt, horrible terms, stealing from this company? When somebody is continually making excuses and trying to get out of what didn't work, no, it's not my fault, I've got a problem at home. My mind was busy concentrating on that. It's not the way it works, guys. You accept responsibility for yourself. That's how a winner attacks his job. Their behavior, the way they react towards things, is different. They see opportunities and they see excitement in what's going to happen. They don't see problems.
Voila. En fenêtre.
I'm not taking my bag this time.
Okay.
And instead of going in with the idea, well, I might make this work and I might not, you're going in with the idea, this will work. Okay, and I have that confidence that it's going to work.
Nous avons une usine de double vitrage en Angleterre.
Mr. Bricolage ont arrivé au consignant en Angleterre. On quitte 6 days, un d'autres day, érection complete.
Liberace, the great pianist, he achieved the results that he achieved because when he was still brand new, he hired the best possible clothes, hired a hall, set up his piano and pretend that he was playing to a hall packed with people in there before it actually happened. Okay, so he faked it till he made it.
70 saucissons, climate control, air conditioning, electronic can be incorporated.
That is the power of the mind. You see, your mind controls whatever's going on. When Arnold Schwarzenegger went into movies, he said, I'm going to be one of the best movie actors that they've got. One certainly proved that, didn't he?
You want me ask the gentleman if we can send him a price list?
Oui, je reviens à l'Angleterre le vendredi. Je vous enverrai une lettre en français avec des prix et l'information.
Merci. J'ai très bien compris.
Je suis désolée, nous parlons seulement français.
Non, mais
and then you can see it by their results. Okay, winners always end up with huge results. Losers don't have those big results.
Okay, but no, that was really, really
So
good.
we might be putting like the French flag on the factory shortly then.
Yeah, take the UFIT flag down and...
And when we did tell him that the factory was 4,000 square metres, yeah, I'm not sure if that's true. I think it's more like, I don't know how big 4,000 square metres is. I mean, it sounds fucking huge to me.
They were quite impressed though,
They probably is,
by the size
actually.
of it. But then men will always have you believe that that's
No,
an
no,
inch.
no, 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 that's... It's, I think it's like 4,000 square metres, did I say?
Yeah.
That's 4 kilometres square. Nearly 1.5 miles. You must think we like the... He was impressed. It really did impress him, didn't
They
it?
were impressed. They all went, it was like that momentary gasp. I was starting to understand.
Clips of it. Like,
Bye-bye.
oh, this looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah. The conservatory, John.
Yeah.
Bonsoir. Should we just have a bottle of champagne? We might as well celebrate.
Yeah, we'll have a bottle of champagne.
Oui. Du coup, what's that, dry, sweet?
Un glace?
Une bouteille de...
Une bouteille de champagne?
Oui.
Oui.
We've really got to learn this language, John.
Anne's confident that the meetings have had the desired effect on John's mood, though John seems reluctant to admit it.
I can't say it's made me any more motivated.
Oh, you seemed really high when you came out.
Right.
Yeah.
Always like that.
You are not always like that. You were like sad sack last week.
Right.
Yeah, you were depressed.
Oh. Well. Never mind. Well, snails with ollie with garlic.
Have you had snails?
No.
Would you like to try them?
No, when they crunch underneath your feet, that's bad enough, but in your mouth, I don't think so.
Don't you fancy trying them?
They've knackered our garden, them bastards, Anne.
Yeah, but it's your way of getting revenge.
Fantastic, isn't it? The sun and that. I think we've got to find a way of living over here.
Our plan has got to be living here and working from here.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
and whatever we do has got to be to
Lewis,
enable that to happen. Well, let's look at what we can access. We can access the cameras, we can access the clocking in machine.
We'll have to get a boat as well, Anne.
Great living here, won't it?
Enchanted by all things French, John and Anne are ready to finalise the contract on the £200,000 property they've found on the internet.
Bon, nous allons commencer. Donc bienvenue à 7 d'abord. Hein? Très heureux de vous avoir dans mon bureau aujourd'hui. Alors il faut savoir que vous avez il y a quelques semaines signé un contrat de réservation avec...
Yes, we did read it, didn't we? The contract. The yellow one, wasn't it?
The time when we translated to understand what we were saying.
Not really, no.
Not really, no.
Is it this one?
We'll put some of it in Google Translator.
Is it that document?
C'est sur le document.
This and this, yes. Vous l'avez lu?
Have read the document.
We've read it from what we understood.
Ils l'ont lu, mais ils n'ont pas tout compris.
Donc, il n'y a pas de question?
Non, pas de question.
D'accord, donc vous allez signer maintenant, donc vous allez devenir propriétaire maintenant. Madame Armstrong. Alors, elle va mettre ses initiales.
You must learn French.
Oui, c'est sûr le français, par contre.
When in Rome, you just do.
Sorry we're late.
Bonjour, Monsieur Bez.
Look!
Yeah.
And we are ready to build, you know?
Only we could go to a country where we don't speak the language and buy a property. Cocksuckers.
What's the thing of fucking crackers? Oh, that was funny.
It was an expedition, weren't it?
Bloody was.
You know, we walked up Everest and then realised we wish we hadn't have gone.
No, I don't regret going at all.
No, it was a good trip, but it was nice to know and hear and listen, and it's put a bit of spin on our plans. I mean, it's focused us up to the opportunity. I mean, there's no conservatories there.
But what if they phone us up and say they want to order something?
I'll tell them to go online and do it, I don't know. But to be honest with you, there's other fish to fry here first, rather than spending a whole lot of time on it. It's not as if, you know, we're like the Roman Empire. We just started in France and seeing England over the sea. Oh, well, you know, we've got nowhere else to go. Well, let's go and invade England. We're not quite like that, are we? I mean, we're still sort of like in the early years of the Roman Empire. We're still in Rome, you know what I mean? We haven't even got into the rest of Italy yet.
Is that where we're going next then?
Well, we've got this. We've got to keep the home fires burning, haven't we?
I suppose we better go and find out what's happening down there.
Yeah.
John and Anne are intrigued to find out what effect Basil's motivational training has had on staff attendance.
Right, so off today. Luke and Rebecca.
Oh, I don't fucking know. You get past fucking caring, to be honest with you.
I don't know, it's just depressing really. Come back from France on a high, ready to sell to the whole world, and then you come back here and you just think, oh God, we've got to get rid of people.
You guys haven't a clue. I can tell you that right now. They're dead. They just haven't fallen over. That's the only problem.
I just want to defend these guys as well because.
Well, you don't have to. So I'm the MD of the company. I'm telling you what I want you to do. If you don't want to do it, there's the door. We're looking at laying people off, basically, in the factory.
We have a problem. We have a dog in the yard.
I can't say it's a frigging poodle. Do you think we ought to cancel the Christmas party?
Ten years ago, John Armstrong met Anne, and it was an instant attraction. Joining forces in marriage and business, they set out to become multi-millionaires. Together, they've built UFit, Coventry's third largest double glazing company. But lately, they've been struggling to find enough work for their 28 factory staff. There's trouble brewing at the offices of UFit. John is on the warpath.
It's like fucking robbing some cunt and coming back for more.
John, can we sort it out?
Production in the factory has ground to a halt, and despite thousands of pounds spent on motivational training, the sales force is still failing to get enough orders in. Indeed, some of them aren't turning up for work at all.
Cocksuckers. They are fucking cunts.
Well, are we going to focus on the problems? Well,
fucking sort out problems and just fucking
shit
never
happens,
gets
John.
better, does it?
If you can't run a business, or you don't want the hassle of running a business, then don't do it.
You're very wise, Anne, actually.
Well, I am.
I should listen to you more often, I feel.
Well, I think you should.
Not all the time, though.
No, not all the time, because sometimes I do come out with bullshit.
But that was very,
but
very
when it's
profound.
Something like that, you just have to move on.
I mean, there's stuff to do, but we're getting way ahead of ourselves. So, unless we get more orders in for future dates, we're going to be struggling.
We're looking at laying people off, making them redundant, basically, in a factory, and sales ain't coming into work.
If they're not bringing any work in, where's it going to come from? We'll be standing around sweeping the floor, and enough brushes.
The UFit crisis is being tackled head-on by Anne, employing all the knowledge she's gleaned since signing up for a Success in Management course.
The purpose of today's meeting is to discuss the recent downturn in the number of items being manufactured.
So we've got some tough decisions, haven't we?
Right. For the number of items being manufactured this week, are we overstaffed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we said that this week is going to be down anyway. So far, so good. Do we need to make people redundant?
Yes.
We've got a very strange opportunity here, because let's be absolutely honest about this. the fact that we're sitting here in this position is because we haven't been converting enough sales. How about then, let's chuck the hand grenade in here. Could we lose 3 factory plus 1 driver plus 1 sales? I know it's the worst time almost to get rid of your salespeople, but it might make the others sit up and think, shit. Do you think we ought to cancel the Christmas party?
No.
It's now getting on in the year, the nights are drawing in, and biggest bugbear in our life is organising the Christmas party every year. So we're starting to think now about doing something a little bit different. We've always had like the big, let's just give everybody enough drink so that they all fall down. That's not really, don't think they're getting a lot from that really, apart from liver damage. So we looked at the possibility of flying from Coventry Airport to somewhere exotic like Bournemouth or Poole or Blackpool or Naples or somewhere, and perhaps take everybody away for 2 nights, John?
Well, maybe 1 night.
I can't see it's worth going for 1 night, but anyway, so we're going to...
Well, maybe 2 nights then.
We'll make it 2 nights. We could go to Cork in Ireland. That's meant to be a really rocking place. But would I do it with a good heart, knowing that some people have been taking the mickey with timekeeping and attendance, and I've got to pay a portion of £5,000 out of my pocket to take them away? I don't know.
What we're doing is we're taking dynamite to a naked flame festival. You know what I'm saying? And potentially there could be one big bang.
Yeah,
Look what happened to the last one nearly.
Start the day with a song, John, to cheer you up. What were you singing on the way into work?
I don't know.
Something about night sweats. I woke up this morning in a sweat.
Morning. We have a problem. We have a dog in the yard. We've rang the RSPCA and they say phone your local police station. We've phoned 2 local police stations and they don't know what to do with him. Oh gosh, he's never going to leave, is it now?
Oh my God.
Bloody hell, you've been off, haven't you? Hello, darling. Have you come to work?
I don't know if it's quite an... Oh, it's a right mangy thing, look.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Oh, it's fucking come here. It needs a bit of looking after, doesn't it? Yeah. Not going to cost us much, is it? I hope.
Why don't we get, you know, one of these travelling poodle parlour places to come round and give him a good bath? Expert grooming mobile service.
What about Smarty Pants Premier Salons?
Where's that? Let us pamper your dog or cat in luxurious award-winning high-tech salons. Imagine him turning up in there, all the others will run out.
What about the one, oh look, there's one called Doggy Style. Why don't you phone up so-and-so at Doggy Style for free consultation?
I'm ever so itchy, John. Are you?
I think it's psychological.
Right, and they're going to say, what sort of dog is it?
Just say it's a Border Collie Cross.
Right, you listen to this now when I say it's a Rottweiler.
Well,
I'm going to say what it is.
Say it's a baby Rottweiler.
I'm going to say, I can't say it's not a Rottweiler, can I, when it clearly is?
We just don't know what it is.
I can't say it's a frigging poodle.
It's a lassie dog.
I don't believe you. I wonder how much it's going to cost.
It's a guard dog, and it's tax deductible.
Is the dog a boy or is it a girl?
Well, it's got a dick. That doesn't mean much these days, though, does it?
I'm going to call him, John.
Lucky. Well, might be unlucky. Minger.
Oh, he's gorgeous, though.
I've got this idea for doing conservatories for dogs, but we just want to put a roof over his head tonight because it's cold. Just the 2 people.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Too busy, John.
Oh, yeah.
Got too much on.
There's a dumb animal out there that needs our help.
What's that need doing today, isn't it?
I'll put it this way, if you were sleeping outside tonight...
Okay.
Smashing. I'll leave that with you then.
Hey, yeah, leave it with me. We'll sort that out. Put all the deliveries on hold.
It's looking good, mate. That's British engineering, isn't it, for you? This morning it was up there, and this afternoon there it is. It's all right, mate.
Do you know what mange is? It's like a little worm that goes into the coat. Even if I bat him, which
it wouldn't.
It would make it worse.
Yeah. They said he's got the mange, which is highly contagious. So we've got to take him to the vets, get his mange treated, get him checked over. Who's taking him, John?
Well, I fucking ain't.
Oh, we should. He's our little boy now. I'm itching again thinking about that thing. Oh, bless him. John, have you got the company credit card handy in case I need to pay any deposits to any of these people for the Christmas party? Right, what about this one? Clancy's Bar.
Well, that sounds good.
Is one of Cork's oldest pubs. The establishment spans a complete city block and features one of the longest continuous bars in Ireland.
Ooh.
It's got nice little windows, but what about doing the longest bar? John, if you burp on me one more time.
Yeah.
It's wheelchair friendly.
That's good.
And it has an adapted toilet. I love Ireland. Yes, it's Anne calling from UFIT in Coventry. Hello, is that Colin? Hi, I'm fine, how are you? Yeah, so you think the Irish dancing is booked for about 6 p.m? My husband...
Shit.
Do you dance yourself? Oh, I don't know, I might get you up for a dance that night, Colin.
Did he say how much it was going to cost?
Yeah, €35 a head.
What do you get for it?
Oh, the meal.
Fucking hell, what sort of dinner's that?
Steak if you want it, he said.
We'd want a fucking cow for that fucking price.
Bloody...
Do I get the dancing in with that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's alright.
But I just hope everybody turns up who's meant to. I think they've all grasped the concept that because we've taken money out of their wages every week. I think it's £16 just to cover the flight cost. And then what we're going to do is convert that into euros, and when they turn up for their flight, they're going to get that back in euros. So they've got a bit of spending money that, you know, they weren't expecting.
Anne's spending 6 hours a week on her Success in Management course, and she's keen to share the benefits with John.
Now you're gonna have a dream come true. I'm on lesson 3, which is all about goal setting. It says managers need the ability to dream. And this is a bit of a bad dream at the moment that I'm in, but it'll be okay when I wake up. It was a dream. John, listen to this.
I'm listening.
It was a dream that led to the founding of the business or organisation you now serve. Dreams must be captured or they slip through your fingers.
Oh, I've got a dream catcher over the bed, Anne.
And talking of over the bed, he didn't even sleep in the bed last night because he had one of his night sweats.
Did I?
Stress. I keep thinking I'm sleeping with a snowman because I wake up in the morning and there's just a wet patch where he had been the night before. It's not good.
No.
It's like living with the snowman.
What's that song? Happy, happy talk, da 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 da.
It will be your dreams and those of your colleagues.
You've got to have a dream to make it come true.
John.
If you've not got a dream, you've not got a fucking chance. So come and see Basil today.
Anne is the star pupil of Zimbabwean motivational guru Basil Meany. Basil's also been employed to improve the performance of the sales force in order to avoid redundancies, but he has yet to win them over.
Here's some common sense. Thank you very much. That'll be... How much is it?
£2.5 grand.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But he contradicts himself a lot. He's in there telling us not to do this, not to do that. And then half an hour later he's telling us to do it, isn't he?
You got to take it with a pinch of salt, haven't you? Really?
We have
small challenge. Could we perhaps today use you in a very slightly different way?
Okay.
Instead of doing the last session today,
Right.
could you perhaps listen in with them, spend a bit more time with them, and see if there's anything today that you can suggest that they could be saying that's a little bit different, or leading on from what you did last week, in sort of listening into them. How do you feel about that?
No, I'd be happy to. We're running this special offer, just they don't know about it yet. This is the golden bullet, right? They've got to be firing this at the enemy, which is those 800 leads, because they've got to be firing that out like hellfire. And what they've got the weapon, they've got to fire it 800 times, again, because we're talking about here finding that lump of gold on the beach. They have to pick up 100 pebbles to find it. This is what they're going to be picking up each time. That is our pitch, that is our close for this month. Yeah? They've got to be aggressive with it, they've got to be hungry with it, they've got to push it.
Just bloody... let's take action.
Stoke that bonfire up and let's get all 4 gas rings going flat out.
What he's going to be doing is sitting in here and listening to the calls and see if he can help with anything that's being said or what have you. He's just going to listen in. Just ignore him, he's going to be sort of sitting in the corner there. But obviously you've got to make the phone calls while Basil is in here, because we're paying for his expertise to see if he can help us in any way.
It's feeling the pressure. Right, feedback on your staff. They don't work. That's it. It's as simple as that. I sat for 40 minutes and heard one guy make a couple of phone calls.
Who was that?
That was Michael. Your guys haven't a clue. I can tell you that right now.
What about Rebecca? Did she make any?
Not one phone call, spent more time shuffling a piece of paper in her hand. Continually got up and walked out of the office, all the time out of there. Doesn't answer the phone when it rings, and in fact on one occasion I could see they were fed up, so they answered the phone and put it straight down again so that they cut the call off. The other fellow never made a single phone call until eventually, I'm telling you, Dan, when he did get on the phone, 4 phone calls that he made out, and every one of them left a voicemail and expected the client to phone him back. Rebecca, it's your decision what you want to do, but my own personal feeling is, quite honestly, I think you're wasting your time. Be quite honest. She has absolutely no interest whatsoever. None. The only guy who put any effort in at all was mine. You've got to gain some excitement. You've got to get some excitement in there. They're dead. They just haven't fallen over. That's the only problem. Yeah. And you can't have a company survive with that kind of attitude in there. I'll tell you something now, I'd fire the whole bloody lot.
They, you know, it's just basically they've come along and sort of made us face reality, really, haven't they? No, can't get blood out of a stone, can you? I don't know. Perhaps I could give them a last chance. You know, just say, you know, that we've got to do this, otherwise you fucking out. But they've had so many chances. I don't know. I'll go and have a little word with our one thingy. We've got you in all here today to give you a bit of a frank talking to. You know, you need a bit of a wake-up call, so take this as a wake-up call. You know, smell the fucking coffee, yeah? The customer is king. You know, if someone left a message in your answer machine home and said, oh, by the way, if you are interested, give us a ring. Because he's going to think, fuck you, who the fuck do you think you are? Madonna? We were going to make some decisions, right? You think probably a better answer, because I'm a bit gutted to tell you, really, you know.
Decision we've made this morning, I've made, however I've been overruled, was that I was going to sack the sales team. We're at a stage now where we don't know what to do with you.
Well,
And we've been
you're
trying
a little bit excluded from that, to be honest with you, Michael, because just to put him on a pedestal for a moment.
Yeah.
The only person he said was on the phone and just making the calls was Michael.
I just want to defend these guys as well because.
Well, you don't have to, so don't.
I know it's.
You don't have to.
Well, I'm defending myself as well.
Well, I don't want to hear it. You're here. You ain't meant to be in here really to have a bollocking, right? But you are. Virtue of the fact, I'm the MD of the company. I'm telling you what I want you to do. If you don't want to do it, there's the door. I ain't bothered. You know, what the target is that you've each got to do 40,000 sales between now and December the 23rd. I'm not saying I'll just do it off the top. I've got something to help you do it. Right now, we've come up with in all good traditions. We've got a Merry Christmas offer.
If people have decided in their own minds that they don't have any money until after Christmas, there's not a lot we can do about it.
We're not interested. We're asking. I don't want your feedback. I want you to phone up people and tell them that. That's what I want you to do. I'm not asking for a discourse about the realities of what people's buying behaviour is at Christmas. All I'm interested in is that you're going to go away and you're going to do that. Okay, well let's do it. Let's get that Christmas message across then, get them church bells ringing across the land. The Conservatory offer to beat all others. Yeah? Come on, smile. Where's your smile? You know, raise the corners of your mouth.
When I'm on.
Thank you.
What that Basil was saying was a load of bullshit. He was just chatting shit. Because I knew what he was going to say. About putting the phone down on people. I knocked the thing in the fucking wrong and then I put it down. It's not putting the phone down on people at all. And don't leave messages. So what do I do then? Not speak to him. He's just fucking, I don't know.
I think what Andy said was a bit out of order as well. About he decided that he wants to sack us all anyway, and like John overruled it. No, everyone's a bit mad now.
It's just like you've just run into a pure stubbornness, really. It's like a dad who's like telling his kid what is, you know, you will sell now because I told you to.
Fucking wants to say something in their defence. Fucking hell, he's been here 3 fucking minutes and don't know fucking jack shit. I think it would have been better getting rid of myself. Fucking hell. Fucking Albert Einstein's about to fucking speak.
And I don't see how, let's say, you're going to do it now or you're out on your arse is going to change anything apart from, you know, fuck with morale, really. It was a lot easier for me to sell this morning, I'll tell you that.
In an effort to boost the flagging sales, Anne's taking on Basil's advice and has come up with a way of injecting some energy into the sales room.
What we decided to do was we thought it'd be nice if when they make a sale they can either ring a bell or bang a gong or something. And then when we hear that, we can go rushing in. And
I like that.
It's good, isn't it? But we can put that up on the wall next to the sales board, and when they go and write their figure up, they can press the button. But you can record your own thing. I didn't know whether you wanted the Rocky tune on it or something.
Nah, it's a bit passé, isn't it?
It's a bit passé, apparently.
Yes, I've sold.
Yes, I've sold.
Well, this is what happens when someone sells something. If you want to work in another room, work in another room, mate.
Whatever. This is just a bit much.
Oh. Yes, he's back. Yes. How is he, Eddie?
So like, got 3 lots of medication.
Is it the mange?
Yeah.
What you know, you little bugger! He's landed on his little paws, hasn't he? Oh. Oh, God, love it.
Look at them all making a fuss of him. Grown men. They've all turned soft over the dog.
But Anne hasn't turned soft on her drive to cut costs. Though John's overruled her plan to lose 5 members of staff, she's insisting that he make at least one person redundant.
Just got to tell everybody that, well, the reasons why, we've got to be honest with them. But as I say, they all know it's been so quiet.
It's left to John to explain to the men why one of their workmates has gone.
There's no easy way for a company our size to really come to terms with getting rid of someone we work with day in, day out. We don't take decisions like this lightly, and we couldn't afford to carry him with the volume we're doing. Now, we run a business here. 2 plus 2's got to equal 4. That's what it is. No way for, it may sound a bit harsh, but that's the way it is. So, any questions or anything? Anyone want to say anything? Ask me anything while I'm here?
Look at the amount of stuff I've got up here. Absolutely stacks of stuff. And now I can't get anybody to help me.
Well, you have got someone to help you.
They can't do it.
Okay. Well, you need to speak to Andy Savoury then, don't you, and Anne? If you need help.
There's a factory floor that gets cut first.
Yeah.
And there's,
dead right.
I think
it pains me, Martin.
I'm not sure what wages he was on, but I can't see it making that much difference, to be honest. Over the year, maybe.
Yeah.
But initially, you're not going to.
Well, let me tell you something, Martin. You don't work out. We're a business.
But one person's not going to make that much difference, is it?
Well, it does. That's why we've done it. All right. Well, I won't keep you any longer then.
All right.
After hearing the reaction of the lads in the factory, John's now having second thoughts.
Why do I have to go down there and fucking tell them?
What else were we meant to do? You've been telling us for weeks we're going to have to get rid of people.
Well, I did say you could have waited fucking till the end of this week to see if it picked up.
Yeah, but we had more facts than you did, and you've just started this blooming barrage of I think you've made a wrong decision, I think you've made a wrong decision, based on the comments of one person leaning over the balcony.
Well, he made a point, didn't he?
You're the chairman, you're not meant to walk into the office and start shouting at us two for making a decision.
Well, I don't think you checked it out very well, personally.
Okay.
Because the work, you should have known what was going on beforehand. Mm.
I mean, if you like, John, I'll phone him up and tell him we made a big mistake. Just come back. We had a bad dream.
No.
His letter hasn't gone in the post. Is that what you want me to do?
No.
So you do think we made the right decision?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the shit we've had today, I almost wish that we'd stuck with our original plan of saying, right, 3 or 4. Because we wouldn't have felt any worse.
No.
I just hope to flaming God that it can all be pulled right now and that we don't have to go through this again. Because next time, we're going to stick with the decision. And if we say 3, it's going to be 3. But I'll tell you what, a business that carries on carrying people is a business that's going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be like that?
No.
You know, the next time we do have to go to the bank to get our own bloody money to put into the place, to keep somebody because you don't want to let them go, let them come to the bank with us and see how difficult that decision is.
Mm.
Would they go to their bank and get their money out to keep somebody in a job? No.
No.
It's bloody us every time. Well, I'll tell you what, if you want people to stop making decisions and, you know, to stop the company moving on, then that's great. You carry on shouting at us for making a decision. It's been a bloody shit day.
I don't think having to lose somebody went down that well, really. It just didn't sit right that we all get on a plane and fly off to Cork and party the night away. It just didn't sit right. But we did have that brief moment where we thought, oh, hang it, let's just, you know, anyone who does still want to go, we'll just go, but I just think we're asking for trouble. I know what I'm like when I've got a drink in me. I get very, very vocal and then...
leave it. Do it next year. We'll go over for the Holy Eucharist.
What's that?
Something to do with Easter, innit? The Irish Catholics, I don't know.
It would be nice to go in the new year sometime, wouldn't it? But I can just imagine now some people will probably
Perhaps
just turn
you could
around
go
and
to
take no
Lourdes.
for the hell of it.
Take them to Lourdes. Get them all blessed. Holy water or something. Cast out the evil. Now is the winter of our discontent.
We have had a steady stream of idiots come through this door.
Supposedly got somebody starting, Ryan, and he offered to be team leader.
If I was forming a boy band, him and 2 others.
Guys, you are where you are because that's where you've chosen to be. Never, never, never give up.
He's just a fucking arsehole. They don't give a shit about anyone in there.
10 years ago, John Armstrong met Anne and it was an instant attraction. Joining forces in marriage and business, they set out to become multi-millionaires. Together, they've built UFit, Coventry's 3rd largest double glazing company. But like any organization, UFit's continued success depends on the people working within it. And as Christmas approaches, the sales team's figures are not looking good.
Do you want me to depress you totally and get the call stats? And Dan was saying he's only had 11 people to call. And I know for a fact that one of the ones that Dan made outbound was to order his food. Because I met the man on the stairs. Lucas said he's only had 16 to call out of a database of 1,700. And Rebecca was saying that she's only had 14 to call out of a database of...
Oh, I don't know. Now is the time for action. Now is the winter of our discontent. I'll tell you one thing I'm thinking of. Well, Napoleon's army, right? He had what he called his Imperial Guard. And they were like 5,000 of them. They had the best of everything. They were the best warriors. They never fought any battles though, until they're absolutely needed. But they said that each one of them was worth 5 normal troops. Well, that's what we need, an Imperial Guard.
I'll place an advert right away.
Wanted. Must have served as an Imperial Guard in Napoleon's army, preferably. Although training will be given.
Bring own uniform.
Something's going to happen, I'll tell you. Something's going to give. Something's brewing.
On his last visit, John and Ann's Zimbabwean business guru Basil Meany recommended the sacking of the entire UFit sales force.
You guys haven't a clue. I can tell you that right now. They're dead. They just haven't fallen over. That's the only problem. Yeah. And you can't have a company survive with that kind of attitude in there. I'll tell you something now, I'd fire the whole bloody lot.
What that Basil was saying was a load of bullshit. He's just chatting shit. Because I knew what he was going to say.
How you doing? Alright.
John's hoping that a reality check from Basil will energize the sales team in the lead up to the busy Christmas period.
Forgive me, but from Africa we speak very straight. If you're not prepared to do what you're supposed to do, you don't deserve to be here. See, no company can ever go anywhere without the correct people making the sales. And if you're not making the sales, then you guys are at fault. Totally. Totally. There is no excuse, there is no reason, there's nothing. You've got to look at yourself and say, what am I doing? You know, the other day I went and sat inside the room there and I was listening to guys making phone calls, and do you know what? In 40 minutes, one guy made a couple of calls. Nobody else made any calls. Nothing. Just never made a single call in 40 minutes. You got lists of names to phone. Oh, you were fiddling with the computer. Fiddling around here, fiddling around there. Somebody else, and then walking out, in and out the room, of course, with pieces of paper. That looked hang of impressive. But at the end of the day, the job wasn't really being done. Okay?
I couldn't do it on the computer.
Don't make excuses as to why you can't get on the phone. I don't know how you feel, but for me personally as an individual, I would actually be embarrassed. I'd actually feel a little bit like, hey, hold on here, man. You know, wait a minute, I've got this stuff and I really need to be doing something with it. Jeez. You guys are on a pig's back right now, and if I were you, I would be milking it for every cent I could. I tell you what, I would go mad right now.
Encapsulate and refine down. I know it's difficult, but I want to put 10 seconds worth of dynamite in there, so when anyone's ever feeling down because you've done this good, I want them to be able to press the little button, get a shot up there, and then that mental picture to come back. If we speak really loud, clear, get that enthusiasm, let it flow like a river.
Guys, you are where you are because that's where you've chosen to be. Never, never, never give up.
Okay.
Right, let's have a play.
Come on, Basil, say it for me.
Guys, you are where you are because that's where you've chosen to be. Never, never, never give up.
Got the energy inside it. That's good.
Right, somebody's phoned up.
Yeah.
Somebody called Dave, asking if we've got any sales jobs going. What do you want me to do?
Get him in.
Okay.
Sometimes an individual can make the difference. Look at Julius Caesar. Hannibal, not Lecter, but Hannibal the commander. He made a difference, didn't he? Defeated the Romans, and he was an individual. Well, this bloke could be the same, and we've got to get him here to listen to him, see what he's got to say. See?
Okay.
You tell him it's an introductory interview. Okay, we want to find out a bit about you. We want to find out what kind of personality you are, what makes you tick.
Yeah, I'll phone him now.
Hello, is that Dave? Oh, sorry, someone's given me your number, but I think it's the wrong one, mate. Well, I'm so sorry about that.
Let's see if he wants a sales job.
No, he don't sound right. You know what I mean? The way he answered the phone.
What do you mean he doesn't
It's just, you know, it didn't sound, telephone manner weren't very good.
Was that him?
Yeah.
How can you possibly prejudge somebody like that? He already said hello.
No, it's the way he said it.
Unimpressed by John's recruitment technique, Anne's taking matters into her own hands.
Guys, you are where you are because that's where you've chosen to be. Never, never, never give up.
I interviewed some people, and I've actually taken on somebody who Andy has already interviewed while I was away, and he had a few concerns. He sort of said there's something not right, you know, gut feeling and all that, and he tends to be one of these who goes with his gut feelings, but he said you talk to him and see what you think. Well, I just thought completely the opposite. I thought he's a young person, basically he's about 19, 20 years old, but he's got 2 years experience in this industry, but in a very hard sell way, not in this namby-pamby, I'll phone you back in 3 years time then, I don't want to bother you. I know while we were away you interviewed that young lad, didn't you? And you said to come back for an interview with me, but you had reservations about him, didn't you?
Yes.
I invited him in on Tuesday and I had a really, really long chat with him.
Is this the lad with spiky hair?
Yeah.
And, yeah?
Yeah.
Looks like Duran Duran region.
Yeah, he does actually. And I actually think he'd be very, very, very good. In fact, I think he'd be so good I've given him the job. I mean, we can get references and everything, but he has been used to running teams. Well, how about we have him as team leader? Because let's face it, the team that we've got are going to be mightily annoyed anyway when we introduce new people. So if we're going to have him as team leader, we might as well say he's team leader from day one. Interestingly enough, he used to work with Michael.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him. And I can throw him quite a distance, so no, I don't trust him. He's 19 years old and he knows everything about everything. And his humour's got a bit of a dark side, I think, and I don't really appreciate it. It rubs me up the wrong way sometimes. And that's about as much as I know about the guy.
Oh.
Excellent.
Oh, it looks brilliant, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
With the Christmas break just days away, John and Ann are planning to invite the staff for festive drinks at the soon-to-be-opened Company Bar.
Wicked shit, like.
Rum and Coke!
White wine for me.
There's a definite lead shortage right now. That's the way it seems to me. And they're looking to take someone else on. So that says just one thing to me, and that means they're looking to get rid of people.
When they change something, if you don't like it, you know, just leave. So we know the choices. Just we've got to make one.
On Monday, I came into work as usual, just expecting the last week to be quiet and totally uneventful. Dan, he turned round and handed me a piece of paper before I'd even opened my mouth and said, "Don't know whether this makes any difference." And I opened the piece of paper and it was his resignation. I sort of sat there stunned, really. But I said, obviously, we've got to now escort you from the premises. I said, it's nothing personal, it's just the way that we have to do things, and that was fine. Michael was sat at his desk, Luke was at his desk, and Rebecca was stood by Luke. And she'd got this piece of paper all folded up in her hands, sort of like this, rolled into a tube. And I went in and I said, "Oh, hello." And Luke said, "Rebecca doesn't know how to tell you, but she wants to leave as well." Women's intuition, I don't know. I went to the sales office door, flung the door open, quite tongue-in-cheek, and said, "Right, before I go to the expense of reallocating these leads, are you two staying or are you going?" And Michael said, "Well, I'm staying." "Great, that's one." And Luke turned around and said, "Well, actually, I've got another job as well." They were like a house of cards, weren't they, John? Once one went, they all started. What did you liken them to this morning? Lemmings?
Guys, you are where you are because that's where you've chosen to be. Never, never, never give up.
I mean, stunned, yes. I mean, you're bound to be. You've just lost 3/4 of your sales team. But you've got to look at every opportunity. And I'm just thinking now, what a great opportunity we've got. We have got the one person who is left. Is, let's face it, he's the one person who, since he's been here, we have never had to talk to about his timekeeping. Not once. Every time we look through that door at Michael, he's on the phone, isn't he, John?
Yeah.
He's on the phone. So. And he always is, every time we go in there.
So he's doing his job.
Yeah.
And he's getting results, so there's a fucking surprise.
With sole access to the hottest leads, Michael's results have improved significantly.
I was doing something right. Maybe I wasn't selling as spectacularly as Luke or Dan, but I'm here. They're not.
Supposedly got somebody starting. Ryan is starting in January, and he offered to be team leader. So I hope he works well on his own.
Ann's called Ryan in to meet John and what's left of the UFit sales team.
Looks like he should be a rock star. He looks like he's happy using the phone, so that's a good start. He's already streets ahead than 3 people we used to know. I've got quite a lot to tell you, a lot of excitement, a lot of changes already. Yeah, you see, you leave me alone for a couple of days and it all changes. Right, come on in.
Now, I'd like to introduce you to your sales team. Michael.
Is that all?
That is it.
Oh, Michael.
I've got lots to tell you.
Yeah, that's fine. Bit of a challenge for me.
Come on through. Right. Here's Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
This is John. That's my husband.
Penthouse? No, it's my girlfriend's magazine.
Oh.
I'll pull out on page 33 and 1, 2.
Oh.
She's really beautiful, isn't she?
Oh, she is. What's her name?
Danny.
Oh. Mind you, I've been on page 3, haven't I, John, of the Coventry Evening Telegraph?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you were going to come in as team leader, and that was how you were going to be introduced from the first day, and then all of a sudden we haven't got a team. How do you feel about that? Are you still happy to come in January knowing that you haven't got...
Good time of the year, actually, January. I would say. I'd say every time of the year is good, but different. So is that how we're going to do it? Okay.
Yes.
You've already worked with Michael anyway. I don't know whether you wanted to spend half an hour sat...
Just to get a rough idea, isn't it?
Yeah, and hear how
going
he's
on.
approaching his calls and stuff like that. But he's on 29,000 or something now for this week, so...
On his own?
On his own.
Well, then Michael, what did I tell you?
I know.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Trained by...
Michael is unaware that Ryan's been offered the job of team leader.
You show me what you do then, Mike, and I'll just sit and watch. Okay? Just come here now. I'd like you to show me something totally outrageous.
Okay. Show you something outrageous.
Well, outrageous. I thought it was quite outrageous that you're wearing a fleece underneath your shirt. Just the other way around.
What's wrong with that?
Well, the fashion police will come in a minute, and I've had words with you about this before, haven't I, Mike?
The fashion
Without
police?
sounding nasty.
The fashion police?
Yeah. You wearing odd socks? Yeah. Now I want to hear you on speakerphone. I want to hear the customer. I want to hear your reactions.
It's not an assessment, you know.
No, it is for me, because I just want to listen and see how you've grown.
You'll find I'm the same guy as when I work for
enhanced,
if you like, yeah.
What did you think of him, though? First impressions?
If I was forming a boy band, him and 2 others, what does it matter? I mean, I think what we've proved here, you know, is that we can take anything and anyone and make them sell. It's a bit like changing thunder into electricity. It just happens.
Thank you then.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye then. Oh, that was brilliant, wasn't it?
Do you think so?
Yeah. What's going on? Just really good, mate. Well done.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I'm getting encouragement from all sides now. It gives me a warm feeling, right?
I'll do the whole package. I'm not fussy, to be honest. I mean, it's about making money, isn't it? He's quite critical, Michael. Do you know why? He doesn't like it. He didn't like me telling him what to do because I'm relatively a younger age to Michael.
I don't mind that because that's history, but you haven't actually stopped. Which, you know, you're not actually my boss anymore.
Well, I could be.
Good luck.
So, we'll see.
Tomorrow's the day when we finish for Christmas, and I'm really, really looking forward to that.
I think John, I'm looking at John now, they look a bit like Wayne Rooney. With glasses, an older version of Wayne Rooney. No offence, Wayne, but...
I'm actually looking forward to having the bar all stocked up and, you know, being able to pour drinks for people. That'll be quite nice. That's if anyone comes. But we can have a drink anyway, can't we, John?
I should think so.
But I am so looking forward to next year. I really am. Because I just think when we've had this little break at Christmas, it'd be nice to come back, new year, new challenges. We can just move on now.
All the fucking tossers that have previously worked here, Merry Christmas. Please don't ever get in touch with me ever again. Thank you.
So we brought the CD player in as well to play some Christmas music.
It smells like Battenberg cake.
Trying to get the top off the bottle so that we can actually sterilise it.
because the idea is we're going to fill it with beer and put it through the water cooler.
We've got to sterilise this as well, by the way.
It smells quite clean anyway. Right, I'm not very good with measurements here.
Yeah, I'll give it here.
You've got to read the instructions. If you don't make it
What's
strong
the
enough, it
instructions?
won't
I know what I'm
work.
fucking doing. I use this, you know.
I know, but they'll all be dead and then you'll be complaining. Well done, John.
There's about...
What did they used to shout in olden days before they emptied stuff out the window?
There'll be more.
Sorry! Sorry!
I think they just, you know, it's like they try and do things professional, but it's just not. It doesn't work. So there's no point trying, I don't think. So it'd be good for me in January to actually work for a professional company.
I'm in the mood for Christmas. I normally do these with the teeth.
I think they'll probably give them the beers that the guy who supplies the glass for us, Zebra, who creates the beer for the lads. I think John will probably pass them out to women. Oh, that's a Christmas band, isn't it?
Stingy fucker.
John!
Oh, fucking hell, it's Christmas.
Yeah, well, I was doing a better job than you.
Wouldn't it be easy just to buy one of them barrels of Stella?
We're going to do a raffle as well today. Look, let me raffle.
Look, you wrap them in the spirit of what they're given. They're going to be so excited and they just want to get the wrapping paper off.
How much did we spend on all of these, do you think?
About £32. Christmas is lovely, isn't it? Can't we give you? It's cost us all this money, and you want to give them more? You know, we've got the reputation not being a giving company anyway. So why go and ruin it? You just give them. You know, like what's his name? That old geezer, Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah, that's who you'll be.
You're an arsehole. Look, that is going to be dangerous because by the time we give that to somebody, it's going to be half defrosted.
Fuck 'em. Yeah, wrap that. Put some tape down that one.
All the factory lads, bet they weren't there. Straight out, gone where they're going.
You don't even know what
But
he's doing.
he just walks around doing fuck all day. He's just a fucking arsehole. He's an arsehole.
I know, he didn't help us at all, did he?
What? They didn't give a shit about anyone in there.
It's a woman's song.
Oh, God.
As a new year begins at UFit, Michael's returning to work with a new look that he's created for himself.
It's actually quite a conservative new look. It's shoes and trousers and a shirt, and the shirt has actually had a passing acquaintance with an iron this morning. I feel like an extra in Saturday Night Fever or something. To get a paycheck of, what is it, £1,300? That's far and away the biggest paycheck I've ever earned for a week's work, by a long way. And it's worth it's worth putting back, you know, what you can, because, you know, I'd like to be here in a year's time. Apparently Ryan's starting work today. This is the rumour, as I've heard. It's no sign of him as yet.
It's Ryan. Oh, brilliant. Just had a text, John.
Yeah.
Do you know, this place is cursed. And I've been offered my old job back last night. It's a £30,000 a year job. I'm really sorry to let you down. I was so looking forward to working with UFit, but it's too... That's it. What a little shit. What
But
a
he's done
little
us a favour.
tosser. I know, but it's just all the time. You think, you know, we're honest enough to turn around to people and tell them what we think,
Well,
aren't
the
we?
world's full of fucking messes. Surely as sparks fly upwards from the fires.
Why do they all come here, though? We have had a steady stream of idiots come through this door and call themselves bloody salespeople. Well, it stops now. Never, ever again. If anybody comes through that door saying, I'm a salesperson for so-and-so, they'll go down those stairs bloody quicker. Oh my God. I think we're having a baby. Michael looks smart again, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I feel very proud of him.
We are the makers of men.
So what we're thinking of doing is we can take you and your wife out.
What strengths do you think are his biggest?
Size of my willy.
Oh my God. Why are you hiding? You've done something with the sales, haven't you?
They do that
Who's
as well.
the sales manager?
Michael, you are there to work through the database until people either tell you to fuck off or they buy.
And where we're at, Michael, is your clarity of information
is crap. Yeah, it's our way or the fucking highway. That's what I'm telling you.
Ten years ago, John Armstrong met Anne, and it was an instant attraction. Joining forces in marriage and business, they set out to become multi-millionaires. Together, they've built UFit, Coventry's third largest double glazing company. Now, with a baby on the way, John and Ann dream of an even brighter tomorrow for themselves and for future generations of Armstrongs.
Geneva. That's nice.
Yeah, like that,
Oh.
yeah. Genevieve.
From the Old French for juniper berry. Geneva Armstrong. Oh, that's nice.
Sounds a bit like Indianapolis or
Genevieve.
Manhattan Beckham or something like that, doesn't it? I don't know what that- Sounds a bit prissy.
Gideon. Mighty
Not
warrior.
too bad.
Gideon Armstrong. Come here, Gideon.
What about Gaylord?
Oh. Torrance. That's what his first nappy will be like. I suppose it gives an urgency to everything, doesn't it? We can't now put anything off. I haven't got the stress of the old sales team, have I now? No.
Mind you, it's like that before anyway. Silence.
Just 2 weeks ago, 3/4 of the UFit sales force was wiped out in a mass exodus. The sole survivor is Michael Handel, who is now approaching his 3rd month in the employ of UFit.
Michael looks smart then, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do you think we ought to perhaps have a meal out with him or something?
Meal out with him. Well, we're only have a fucking sandwich now.
Oh, it'd be nice to go out, get to meet his wife, and I mean, it'd be nice because at this point, because he got off to a really good start with sales, didn't he?
Perhaps we might better motivate him. I mean, we've brought him this far, haven't we?
Yeah. Well,
And he's gone through the UFit sort of stage school, hasn't he? Out of chaos comes change, and out of change comes progress.
Hasn't Michael changed though since he came to
Well,
us?
there's chaos into fucking change then, isn't there?
I feel very proud of him.
We are the makers of men.
Doesn't have to be anything grand, does it?
No. Yeah.
Right, there's nothing to worry about today, so don't panic.
Right, you keep saying that, which worries me.
But Michael, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at you and you are just like a new man.
Who has got an idea how the mind works? Okay, go on, you tell me.
Give me some context. Be a bit more specific.
How does the mind work? I need to be more specific than that. We're not going to get into any huge philosophical type things here, okay? It's a simple thing, okay? So...
UFit's changing all the time. Why don't I do the same thing?
But you seem more
Changes it all.
confident and everything. You just seem...
Confidence, bravado, it's different.
It's not good for you. But
Yeah,
anyway...
alright, yeah, but let's just move on to the next point. We ain't got all fucking day.
Right, we haven't got all day apparently. So what we're thinking of doing is having an evening whereby we can sort of take you and your wife out one evening just for a little bite to eat, to get to know you a little bit better. Nothing posh.
Not for that, yeah.
Would that be of interest
Well, it
to
probably
you?
will be posh, won't it?
Won't be anywhere grand. We're not going to the Ritz or anywhere like that.
All we need to do is sort my wife out with something to wear.
Oh,
If we can sort her out with something to wear in public, then absolutely.
we're not going
got
anywhere
one fucking
posh.
gown.
Well, it's you got to hide the shackle marks. You know.
What about Indian? Do you like Indian food?
Yeah.
Why don't we go to that pink place, whatever it was called? What's it called? The Pink Bengal or something?
Oh yeah, we could go there. There's a place just up the road. It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
That's all right. Oh.
If it helps, if it helps at all, I'm not planning on going anywhere.
Well, it's good to have stability, and we appreciate your input, and I think you'd be an asset.
That went well.
Yeah, it's nice to know that the boss thinks you're a pleasant enough company to eat with. Of course, we're going to have to review that after the actual meal.
Goodbye.
So what do I do now? Because I'm not
you
looking
stay at
after him.
home and you're growing a bleeding baby. And it better be a good one as well, because you fit and son.
Or daughter.
Well, you fit, yeah. Well, door's a bit long word to fit on the fucking lorry. Might have to put doors or something like that.
Anne thinks John wants her to rest. What she doesn't realise is that he wants her out of the way so he can steam ahead unchallenged with his plans for the newly replenished sales team.
Okay, so today is going to be a bit of a groundbreak. I am in the mood for change, the first wave of change. The plan is called the 40 grand plan, and I think we can all deduce what that means is that what we're looking from UFit is for £40,000 worth of sales a week, and interestingly enough, the wave of change. So please stop reading ahead of me. Now, this is a bit of criticism of me, yeah. UFit has been allowed to sit in its own shit, as the attitude of the directors has been that some sales is better than no sales, and it's been managing it by the seat of our pants. So the way forward is today, the way forward is now, yeah. So what we've got to basically do, I've considered this, is that we need someone to coordinate. So to do this, a sales manager, Michael handle brackets, is required to take control of the training and instruction of new recruits. Do you want to do it? Because you will be accountable, yeah, and responsible for the results of being a sales manager. Yes. Do you want to do it? That's the only answer I want to hear. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
Give me a boy, I'll give you a soldier, said Napoleon. I can give you the support. We want to make you do it. And we'll say at the end of 2 months, has he cut it? Ain't he cut it? That's all we can do, because it is a results-orientated position. We will be piling pressure on you, but the way we'll be piling pressure on you is to say, look, there's the leads. Has contact been made? Has it been quoted? Has it been sold? If not, why not?
With Anne back in the office, John realises he can't keep his new business strategy a secret.
Why are you hiding? What have you done?
Well, I've just had a brainwave. I've had a brainwave, haven't I?
Yeah, well, I'm not. This is about sales, isn't it? You've done something with the sales, haven't you?
I have remodelled it, yeah. But it's good news. They do that as well.
Who's the sales manager?
Michael.
Just talk to me about stuff.
Look, I ain't really thought it. Look, just
no, you haven't thought it out. It's fairly obvious that you haven't
now.
thought it out. But do you not see
I have thought it out, but you're making me think that I haven't thought it out, even though I have, because you're throwing
because you can't answer.
You're throwing another thing, another spanner in the wheel.
Have you got any other ideas or things that you've implemented while I haven't been here that you want to tell me about?
Not really, not that I can think of. Well, I've got to report to you on a regular basis.
No, I don't want to know. But don't complain to me either when it all goes belly up.
Okay, well, thanks for your insightful wisdom. Do you think you can get me a key for this door as well?
Yeah, but opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one, and that was my opinion.
Okay. Oh, Anne, it's called the wave of change. Just let it wash over you. It'll be all right.
Only I could ask a man who doesn't have his own head. Come on.
Okay, let's start. My name's Berto.
Stop burping on me. Oh, John.
Well, it has gone brown there.
The moment of truth, John. Actually, John, that doesn't look bad at all. I mean, if somebody asked me out, you know, for a meal, and it was my boss and, you know, partner, I think I'd feel quite honoured. I'd feel quite special. Curry for ages,
Can I get you some papadum for you, right?
Oh, please.
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Yeah.
You don't normally drink.
I don't normally drink. I don't know why I'm drinking it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Michael.
Hello.
You must be Judy. I'm John.
John.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, Judy. Lovely
You've
to
heard a lot
meet
about
you.
you.
Yes,
Michael's told us a lot
Lovely
about
to
you.
meet you.
I don't know what that means.
You've got a lot to live up to.
Michael's been married to Judy for 7 years. They met on a website for the board game Othello.
So you met on the Othello circuit, was it then?
Online.
Oh, wow.
Online, yep. I play at what's called a -2 level. But he plays sometimes +12, which means he can think like 12 moves ahead.
He could be a star performer. If he could just give us 10% of his grey matter and we can just inject our little bit in, he'd be flying.
Well,
I just want him to sort of say,
this is what I need.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So can you have a little word with him about that later?
Yeah, well, I know he really likes the fact that when he comes to you with a question, he gets an answer, sometimes only 2 words, and that's all he needs. Then he can go back to work, you know.
Sorry
there's
about
no
that.
breaking, no, that's good.
Well, I love it when he comes and asks me a question, because I mean, it means he's working and we're going in the right direction.
Yeah. He will find the answer if he knows where to look for it. You know?
What strengths do you think are his biggest biggest strength then in terms of...
Size of my willy.
Oh, Michael.
Excuse me, we're just about to eat some dinner.
Yes.
So we didn't hear that.
No. Okay. You should do that yourself. Michael's biggest strength could be interpreted as weakness as well. He's honest to the point of stupidity sometimes. And sometimes he's honest when maybe he'd be better just to keep his mouth shut.
You've been there 3 months. I mean, I know you've worked at a few different places. What's your overall impression of our organisation? Well, say what you feel or do what you normally do, be honest.
Actually, I've got so many ideas, I don't know where to start. But I'll get back to you because I'm hungry.
So the best thing to do is email them up to me. I'll put a red line through the ones I think that stink, and the ones that I think are any good we can talk about.
Okay.
It's such a happy couple.
There's about 12 points I just wanted to touch on as far as this email to John goes. And I don't really want to elaborate on them too much until I get some feedback. It's like, and John goes, 11 of those is just blow it out your arse, Michael. But this one we might do something about.
Number 8, you know already, the order process is awkward, clunky, and it breaks down if any link is missing. No, I don't have a better idea. Why say it then? I don't think I'd have taken the risk myself, personally, of emailing my boss saying, this bit's shit, but I don't have a better idea. I don't think I'd have done it myself, but he's obviously a very brave man.
I'm not going to sit around with my mouth shut. I'm too... I just can't do... I don't care how fearsome the beast at the top of the tree is. I just can't do that.
Right, number 10, required for 3 months, a troubleshooter with a degree and/or experience in business management to analyse the company. No, I can't see a troubleshooter coming in here and telling John what to do somehow. I just can't see it happening. If that ever happens, I will buy a hat and eat it. John won't be told anything. Bless him. I don't know how John is going to respond to it, because I think he got the email before I did, and I don't know. I think he might take offence at some of those, actually.
Morning.
He doesn't look very happy.
John handed me this brochure yesterday. He said, yeah, Michael, have a look at that. You know, read it, memorise it, all that. So I did all that last night. But while I was going through, I circled all the little grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, all the little fuck-ups. And I got to 54 by the time I was through to the end of the brochure. I'm asking myself a lot of questions now. Like, who is, like, watching John's back? You know, who is, you know, he can't be expected to do everything, to know everything. Yes, he's the man and everything, but you can't do everything. You've got to have someone out there who's saying, look, John, this is not happening. This is not right. And if they're all like running scared of him, or like they know that there's no point arguing with him because he always gets his way, then this is going to keep happening, and then that's going to reflect on my sales, and then it's going to be my fault for some reason or other.
I designed that brochure from scratch, right? I put the words in it, I put the copy in it, I put the layout in it. That's why it costs us next to nothing to get done. But I employ you to sell, yeah? If I wanted a graphic designer, I'd go and employ one. So on this occasion, I appreciate your comments, but I don't require your input. Okay. All right, mate? But learn it, yeah, by all means. If we were entering the Oxford Examination Board's grammar exam, we'd get a fucking A. I mean, every frigging paragraph is gone through, like the old teacher, and it's like teacher's handwriting as well. You're thinking, oh shit, there's 20 pages there and there's not one page that's not got incorrect grammar or punctuation. I mean, I write like I speak. Well, no, not quite as bad as that.
It's not just presentation, this is just more basic than that. I'm saying this is directly related to sales. Somebody wants to buy a Rolls Royce of conservatories of us, and we can't spell conservatory. What are they supposed to think of us? Exactly. We can't be bothered to get someone to proofread this before it goes into brochure. I don't think it's very good. That's my opinion anyway.
Do you know what I've just found? I've just found the UFIT flag, Anne.
Where?
In the car park. In the bloody car park. When I thought it flown over the fucking hundreds of miles away.
I got a reply on the email. Extremely brief. Some valid points he's got here, especially 6 and 10.
Is that my CD player?
I am using it for my notes for the new. It's the UFIT way or the highway. What will be happening is that I'm just listening to an old, long lost friend of mine. Zig Ziglar. Do you remember me mentioning him?
Yeah, you used to have some of his books, didn't you?
Well, Zig now, Zig is very old, but he has been mastering me in the art of selling, refreshing me and recharging my batteries and revitalising me, so I can take a new dynamic approach to the UFIT mythology, and I will be indoctrinating our staff with the new wave. Let's listen to some of his pearls of wisdom.
Integrity eliminates guilt because you do the right thing. Honesty means you tell the truth in the dark, and regardless of who's watching, your actions are consistent.
I just want to get that, like that big old train moving out the station there. Yeah? Well, we can't, it's like the train doesn't do 100 mile an hour from the moment it's turned on, does it? But it starts, it's got to make that start. And that's what we've got to do, we've got to start them up. Morning, guys. Morning. You all set for some training? Zig Ziglar style? Then you're in the right place.
Now, everybody I've ever talked with agrees that your self-image is important. But what we're going to do now, we're going to look at some very specific steps which you can take to make absolutely certain that your image is good and getting better.
But there's only ever going to be one of you. Never again will there be you. Because you are unique. You are worth billions. Zig, let's move on to the second point.
Fill that image as you need to make up and dress up and go up.
I'm just focused on doing what I'm told as much as I can. The results have been shit as far as I'm concerned.
You can dress and look like $1 million and you will perform like $1 million. Because we feel good about ourselves.
several hours of Zig Ziglar before they can go and fucking sell something. I've got my own ideas, and my ideas might be just as bad, but if you're taking on someone and you've got the cheek to call them a professional, you know, you should let them demonstrate their professional approach.
You can never let someone take away and destroy your self-image, because if you do, then you've lost control, and you might as well be a bag of paper blown around in the wind, because the wind will blow you wherever it wants. Instead, be the wind. Mate, it sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? Sounds like flying all the way to the moon and 5 foot before touchdown, turning around and coming back home. That is madness.
Nobody on the face of this earth can make you feel inferior without your permission.
Don't let them take control of the way you feel and think, because you are the person, you are your universe, and you are the one who is the winner and is unique. Yeah? That's good news, really good news. Don't deny yourself that opportunity. Don't say no to yourself, say yes.
Just 2 weeks into his new job as sales manager, Michael has fallen foul of John and Ann for his failure to use their expensive database system, ab initio.
I was sat here the other day and I ventured into one of our databases. It's where you put in customer details, name, address, email address and stuff like that. Women's intuition, I don't know, but I just thought I'll have a little look and see how he's been getting on. He just hasn't been bloody doing it. Not on the database, not on the database, not on. Not on, not on, not on, not on, not on, not on.
I'm just trying to manage the leads that come in, but with all the stupid distractions going on, I'm not actually getting to, you know.
Yo, I took her to Prague for dinner for Valentine's Day, yeah?
For every lead I deal with, there's 3 more that come in.
To say that I was furious, it's a good job it was after 5 o'clock when I found it, because I probably would have flown off the handle. Now, I've got to be honest, I didn't agree with John making him sales manager, and I think John has probably come to realise that it perhaps was one of our mistakes. What we're going to do today is
Very naughty.
is have a meeting with him. He may turn around and say, actually, I don't understand that particular database. I feel I need more training on it. I've been frightened to say that it's an area that, you know, in that case, that is absolutely fine. I'm not going to shit on his head and beat him up with the bits of paper I have got. But if he turns around and says, no, I think I've really mastered it, you know, or worse still, starts picking his nails and not answering me, then I will present what I've got.
Go in, go in, go in, go in.
No, I think you'll see a different side of me today.
Get that Rocky video on.
When I've got something to say and it's in this sort of situation, I'm very, very calm.
Yeah. Big hands on the way.
I'm not getting stressed now.
Handle versus Big Ann. The match of the century.
He's the one who
I
suggested...
think there's a bit of an atmosphere, and I think we'd best to get it out in the open.
Will you leave it to me?
No,
You're not going to...
No, not with me, but I think
You're not
there's an
just going to
atmosphere.
butt in, are you, and start swearing at him?
No,
Please don't do that, because it's unprofessional.
No, I'm not going to do that. When have I ever done that to anyone? Ever.
So the first point I've got written down, I know it's a very basic thing, but it's very relevant to what we're saying. Do you think there are any areas in using the software packages available that you feel you have particular strength in?
I wouldn't call being skilled in any of those packages particularly a strength. I think it's just picking up a straightforward task.
Is there anything that you would like us to give you additional training on, do you think?
Nothing springs to mind at the moment. One of the difficulties I have is as I see it, you know, I'm supposed to be sales, and as a percentage of what I get to do during the day, there's actually sales is very small.
So how did that...
I see ab initio as one of the obstacles to me getting on with my sales.
Well, ab initio...
You're joking. You are joking. We've invested over £10,000 in that software. So for you to turn around and say that it's restricting you from doing sales, is wrong, and the fact is it's preventing you from achieving sales by not using it is correct. If you don't agree with that, then you shouldn't really be sat in this, you shouldn't really be working for us. You are there to work through the database until people either tell you to fuck off or they buy. Well, what the thing is that you're wasting my fucking money because it's convenient to you.
Where we're at, Michael, is your clarity of information.
It's crap.
Your finishing and your sorting and your self-organisation has got to be sorted out. And when you're confronted with it, you're confrontational. Fine, but unfortunately, you're not on high ground.
Right, well, from today then I will take ab initio as seriously as I possibly can.
Well, I tell you
Every time I get to lead, I'll put it dutifully into ab initio.
Yeah, it's our way or the fucking highway. That's what I'm telling you.
As you say.
And if you want to do anything different, go and do it for another firm. But when you're here, you're going to say down the phone what we tell you to say, no other way. No other deviation from it. Is that understood?
It is.
Good.
I don't think at the moment we can sort of accept you continuing as sales manager because you're not doing the basics. Do you understand what we're saying about that? And I think you've got the potential, don't get me wrong with that, but I do think that the time isn't right at the moment, and I think if we can we'll go back to basics, we'll build a solid foundation and we'll start building on top of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it could have been very, very negative. We could have said, these are the things you're doing wrong, and ended it at that, but we've given him solutions as well, haven't we? And that's the most important thing.
I got an email, it said there'll be a chance to give and get feedback. Well, half of that was correct.
What we've done here is you've got a strong pony. We've had to break him, and now we're building back up.
And I think...
See how he gets on now.
Yeah.
They have to say that we don't think you're doing it right, and this is the way we want you to do it. And if you have a problem with that, you can go somewhere else. Which is a bit confrontational. Apparently I'm the confrontational one. I'm prepared to find out that I've been completely wrong about this whole thing and I should have been doing this from the start. You know, I am prepared to find that, but that's the major reason why I'm prepared to do what I'm told right now. Yeah, maybe I am completely wrong, but I think not.
Wow. I really, really do like it. I love it.
We've got to get an artist involved with, oh yeah, you know, slash. Now, we're in this for the money, and we need your head and your eyes.
There are just two things that drive John: overwhelming sense of inadequacy, and number two, boundless greed.
You better start shouting up your fucking axe. Heads are gonna fucking roll, baby. Said Anne Boleyn.
"10 years ago, John Armstrong met Anne, and it was an instant attraction. Joining forces in marriage and business, they set out to become multi-millionaires. Together, they've built UFit, Coventry's third largest double glazing company. But getting orders in is always a struggle, and John and Ann must constantly find fresh ways to G up the sales force.
One of the ideas, new company song, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to come and listen to this?
Yeah. Hasn't got a clue, has he, bless him? God, nothing.
Now. It's good tempo.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm a salesman. I'm a salesman. Think that'll do? I'm a salesman. I'm a salesman.
For some weeks now, John and Ann have harboured particular concerns about the performance of ex-sales manager Michael Handel.
We said we'd review Michael again this week, didn't we?
You mean numpty one?
Yeah, numpty one. We said last week in our meeting that we'd review him again in a week's time.
That's correct. You are there to work through the database until people either tell you to fuck off or they buy.
I don't think at the moment we can accept you continuing as sales manager.
Yeah, it's our way or the fucking highway. That's what I'm telling you.
There's been little sign of improvement in Michael's performance, so Ann and John are calling in some expert advice to see if he will ever make the grade as a UFIT salesman.
The best way to do it is to get him psychometrically analysed.
Well, we're going to do that anyway with everybody.
So we need to put him on our brainwave analyser.
Which we're still building in plastic, in UPVC.
To find out
It's a box of wires.
what makes him tick. If we know what makes him tick, then we'll alter our approach.
The psychometric testers have arrived. They're just getting themselves settled in the boardroom. She's brought her own flip chart. She knows us well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And I reckon this is going to be fabulous. She's not hoity-toity, John, so...
Oh, what a shame. We're not going to have any opportunity to disagree or argue with her then.
Look, just do it properly or not
I
at
am
all.
going to do it properly.
Now, the starting point for you to understand profiling is really to fill one in yourself and to understand what it would be saying about you so that you have some faith that when it says something about somebody else, you can trust it. All right?
Yeah, your salespeople still in the building?
Yes.
Yes, the telesales will be.
Well, I'll go walk about.
Okay.
See if we can get the profiles for salespeople. Okay.
Okay.
If you open up your manuals, there's only the one page, 24 lines, and on each line there's 4 words.
There are 24 lines with 4 words on each line. All right. What we have here are 24 lines with 4 words on each line. And identify the word on each line that is most like you in the workplace.
One most, one least.
Least pleasant.
You're putting me off.
Let's see the results, first of all. Might come up with something useful, who knows. But I do know, I've done those tests before, and I gave completely different answers last time.
So we look at the first of the styles. And this is one that we call dominance, okay? We call these people Ds, all right? Would you expect them to make decisions?
Yes.
To make very quick decisions.
Well, let's go with decisions. Do they make them?
Yes.
So, uninvited, what are the chances that somebody would go and give a dominant person some bad news that they really needed to build into their decision?
People won't because they're scared.
Because they're often scared. Right. So when a dominant person makes a decision, they will often make it on less than full data. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And then if it does go wrong, what do they then do?
Blame somebody
They
else.
blame other people. Yeah, they're great blamers. In UFIT, what are the chances people get feedback about bog standard, nothing special, okay performance? You just turn
None.
your mouth on. It doesn't happen. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a given.
Low.
I haven't even had an opportunity to demonstrate my own sales techniques that I brought with me to this job, because people from the start have said you're going to do it this way, you know, even though they didn't know what they were doing. So you know, I'm just focused on doing what I'm told as much as I can, and the results have been shit as far as I'm concerned.
You are a pure D.
Okay.
Just
on
D.
those terms.
Triple D. Next style is what we call influence, or I. So people you would regard as influential, what are they like?
They talk to me face to face.
Does that mean they also listen?
Yes.
Oh, if only.
Really?
Try and charm you
Yes.
into believing what they say. Moving to yours. Your highest factor is the I one. So first and foremost, you are a people person. Relationships matter. You do not like to rush into things until you're sure of the effect it will have on relationships and protocols and standards. There is a stubborn streak in there. Does that make sense?
Definitely. I'll agree with that.
Yes.
Now this group is the smallest group in Britain. We're really low on the sea. The more perfectly I do my job, the less likely I can get into trouble. So what do this lot need up front before they start any task?
Written plan.
Yeah, clear guidelines, and it does need to be written down, you're so right. Nightmare for this lot is to work for DRI bosses who say things like, you know what I mean, Fred? Because they don't. They haven't a clue what you mean. And they have a sneaky suspicion that you don't know what you mean.
Getting a concrete answer is difficult. You know, and if you push, you'll just get a no. You know, it's not that. It's nothing to do with me, or you haven't presented the information to me in the way I wanted. Well, how would you like the information presented? I don't know. You're going to have to guess, because we're still working on procedure here.
Put them into sales. Are you thinking of somebody? Closing is
So
delivered.
they're crap.
No!
Lay out for our job.
What did you reckon then? I thought spooky.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah, we've got a few problems to deal with. Not that's just confirmed scientifically. Dear fuck. You know, we must be as thick as fuck not to have fucking acted before. It's not working.
But having been in this
We're trying to make a
before,
fucking paper aeroplane using concrete.
Do you know, I
it's
give
not
up.
going
I'm
to
even trying
fucking
to
work.
speak now. It's just not worth
I'm
it.
just telling you, it ain't going to fucking work. You know, we've got to have a fucking exit strategy.
No. So let's sort it out instead of sitting swearing about it. They're just the wrong person in the wrong job.
Some of the trees in the forest have got to be moved to another forest, Dan. Preferably another fucking planet. Better start sharpening up your fucking axe. Heads are gonna fucking roll, baby. Said Anne Boleyn.
I at the moment, I'm thinking one glorious fuck up, and you know, you find out just how expendable you are. That's what I think at the moment. Just one messed up sale or whatever, or anything really, a wrong word to the wrong person. That's what I think at the moment. You know, I don't feel very secure about this job at all.
So I've just done a bit of looking. Oh, John, Michael's sales have gone up considerably. They've gone up from £52.10p to £79.57p. Quick, get a bottle of champagne out of the boot. So I'm going to calm down, and then I'm going to cut his head off.
Give him the UFIT theorem. Yeah?
What's that?
You've got 7 days to turn it round, and if you don't, it's fucking hasta la vista down the fucking road, baby.
It's easy out there.
What's my major concern is that I personally don't think you're cut out to be a salesman. My thinking is that I would have said we'd have to terminate your employment. We want people who can produce. So the bottom line here is you've got a week to show us that we're wrong. If you can't do that, we'll have to go our separate ways.
Okay.
This is where the buck stops. This is the line in the sand. Yeah?
Yep.
Right. Go on, get it done.
Go on, Michael.
That's it. So anyway, we know this organisation, we can't employ people who can't do the right job for us. It's as simple as that. What can we say? This is like trying to get the devil to get cross little kids to school on the school crossing. He ain't gonna do it. You don't have to be a fucking genius, do you?
John and Ann hope the plummeting sales figures will be rescued by the return of Luke, the star amongst the 3 disgruntled salespeople who resigned from UFIT before Christmas.
I referred to it last week. I said out of the people who left, I would have 1.5 of them back, and he happens to be the whole person who I would have back. He had a good attitude, didn't he? He didn't tend to get bogged down in...
He could put figures on the board,
Yeah.
he could scratch the pad.
Yeah.
Hello! You're right, Anne. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Do you want to sound fat?
No. I got told the news of this sport. Congratulate you.
Oh, thank you. It's brilliant, isn't it? Got a scan on Thursday. Thursday, yeah.
He's a salesman. See, boy. You're all right? Yeah. Good to have you.
Aww.
Some nights we'd be lying in bed and saying, well, out of the 3, who would you have? I said, oh, it'd definitely Luke, wouldn't it?
And we didn't hesitate, did we? When you phoned up, the pair of us were like, yeah.
You know what it's like here, don't you? We go in, we come in, we go in, no we're not, we come in. So nothing much changed, mate.
Fine.
Yeah.
Aww.
Smash it. Nice family back, boy.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So we'll see you Monday, 9 o'clock.
Yep. Make sure you fucking turn up, won't you?
I'll be here.
Yeah, I know you will.
Uniform and that.
Yeah.
See you then.
Check out the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
See you, lad.
And I had a day off and 3.
Luke is starting again on Monday, and I think really he's got to run rings around Michael.
And then to top that, you...
It doesn't help you feeding for job security, does it? But you know, give it time. If you see John breathing down my neck, going, what's going on, then you'll know it didn't work out. And if John's going to buy that man a drink, then you know, it's very different from day to day, isn't it? If you have a good day, it's like you're everybody's hero, and then if you have a quiet day, it's you're not. It's quite the opposite. That's pressure. That's a bit of pressure there. I'd like a bit more of an even keel if at all possible. But anyway.
His heart's in the right place, but it's just in the wrong fucking universe.
After the Michael experience, John's decided that what he really wants is a company that doesn't employ salespeople at all. So he's set one up and called it Usignia.
John, you don't get
That's
electrocuted.
alright, I know what I'm doing.
He intends to challenge the dominance of the neon sign industry with a cheaper alternative that uses luminous resin.
Oh, that one's lit up there. Right, so at the moment, it's not glowing, is it? Show you there normal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then...
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So, imagine that, 24 hours in every business that operates at night. Taxi
That's
cabs,
fabulous.
firms.
How does it work?
It does what it does. It glows.
You don't know, do you?
No. You know, neon sign, custom made ones, a couple of £1,000. Ours are going to be like a couple of hundred.
And neon signs are temperamental as well, they break easily.
Think about it, bars. Any language we can put on it. I can see frigging glowing signs everywhere. And we're the new kids on the block from Coventry, home of Jaguar, Cross, home of Usignia. A global brand that came out of Coventry Jaguar. Thank you. Move over, Usignia. And think what our baby's going to see when it's born. It's going to say, I am part of a global dynasty founded by my father.
Aww.
Are you ready?
Hang on. Yep.
Yep.
Wow. That is brilliant.
Like that?
I really, really do like it. I love it.
We've got to get an artist involved. I mean, the Marilyn Monroe I think will work quite well because again, the whole image isn't there, but it's iconic. You know, it's like a Coke bottle. You know what it is. We need an artist who can basically say, "Come along," you know, and go, "Ooh, oh yeah," you know, slash slash slash. And the finish is, wow, because that's the way he works. We'll just have a look start looking on the internet. We need to find someone who's working in a similar medium to what we are, preferably.
What about an art student?
Do you want to deal with someone who's just learning?
No, what
We
about
need someone
somebody
tried
who's
and
doing it?
tested. We don't want someone who's just coming out there to say, well, yeah, I'll have a go, even though I don't know. We need someone who's working already
What about
in this
somebody who's doing
medium.
a degree then, or
No,
something like
we need someone who's commercially working. Yeah, but Anne, someone who's working on a degree, do you know what that means? It means they're experimenting. We want someone with a proven track record. Because if they ain't got a proven track record, we might as well do it, experiment on it. You know, take a fucking LSD tab and do it, because that's what it is.
It's only an idea, John.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we've got to get on the internet and find people who have either won awards or recognised for what they've done. We get an art student in, it may make Mix look like fucking Picasso, for all we fucking know. Hello? Well, unless he's got an appointment, he can fuck off, mate.
Searching for designer, resin, artist. How can I narrow the search down, do you reckon?
Put the word good in front of it. Put designers in light, Dan.
Shall I?
Maybe.
Oh, John, here's somebody.
Yeah.
I am predominantly a glass and lighting artist. Prices start from £15.
Ah, it's fucking cheapskate shit. That's where they're coming from.
John, come and have a look at this one. This looks... Is that lit? It looks like it is. Or
I
do you
don't know, I think it's the way he's done the light. That is pretty intense, isn't it? I see their photo because, you know, you can read someone's face, can't you? Looks a bit Swedish to me, but I'm not going to hold that against him. Bit, you know, Nordic. Oh, they're quite good. Look at IKEA. I mean, that's quite arty stuff, isn't it?
We'll have to have a photo taken of us like that.
Yeah, right in the dark.
At an angle.
Sour designs, eh?
Inspired by the website, John and Ann have arranged a meeting with Sour Design in their Soho offices.
Hi Mark, lovely to meet you. Hello, oh dear.
Let's down.
Did you find it all right?
Yes, we did. Yes.
John. Nice to meet you.
Nikki.
Hello.
We're double glazing people, and we think, well, I mean, we're just not designers, and we need your head and your eyes. Now, we're in this for the money, but at the same time, we can take a bit of ourself and a bit of our soul and express it with any possible design. Well, anyway, let's turn the bloody thing on, eh? There we go.
Right. That does make a big difference, doesn't it?
And I had an idea to get some fast food, coat it in resin, in the colour, in the glowing paint, and actually stick it onto the sign. You look at it and you say, crikey, yeah, that is part of our culture, because even though it's such a throwaway thing, we've ennobled it in a piece of art, and we've given it almost its own inner energy of light. You know, I'd like to go around the streets and pick it up where people are taking a bite out of a hot dog.
You're really getting into the art
Well,
side
the thing
of
I
it.
like
Yeah.
about it is that it is suggestive consumptive society.
Right.
In your face. Do you know what I mean? From a distance.
Bling.
Bling. Yeah. On all four sides and the top as well. Illuminated. One thing I like is being able to say, where do we all come from? And I've been reading about this recently, and stardust. We are stardust, we are carbon atoms. And I think that's DNA. I mean, that is carbon atoms. And then almost the profanity of the colloquialism of that into that. It just softens everything. Because there's one thing about those two, they just talk, they just come at you. You know, it's like a bloody road sign, isn't it? It's like chevrons on a road. Get over.
I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from, and I'm really interested. The colours and the designs, for me, would need work. There's no reason why things like that couldn't be done.
That looks great. It's clear. It's got a lot of impact with very little colour, hasn't it?
Or that.
It's really taken shape, hasn't it, since we've walked in here, Anne? Less is more. I'm definitely
See,
of that
there's all
opinion,
these
aren't you, Anne? Less is so much more.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it's really good of you to sort of like be honest and without saying it's a complete load of crap. But no, you haven't said that. But we've basically.
I'm just saying it's not my style.
Yeah.
There is totally potential.
You've got us off the hard
things that
shoulder
we
into
can
the
do.
into the fast lane.
Right.
Do you understand?
I can see where it can all lead to.
Yeah.
But as it is at the moment, it's signage, and
Exactly.
that's not
Yeah.
me.
I don't know, Anne.
It would definitely be worth you sort of going for a wander around, you know, just sort of having a look and seeing what's out there.
That guy was switched on though, wasn't he?
He was right. Why complicate it?
I like every way it's sort of that minimalist simplicity. Look at the shop sign, Anne. It's crazy, isn't it? And it's so unchab-like, isn't it? I don't know how long I've got to walk around with this fucking case for.
Top on the list of things John wants to see is a neon artwork by Tracy Emin called Is Anal Sex Legal?
What took her to come up with that? That's the sort of thing you come out with every day. How much has she been paid for that?
I don't know, but I just can't. I know. I see what she's saying is legal sex anal, which means contrived and traditional, and is anal sex legal? Yeah, I guess it's fairly challenging. The more you probably look at it, she should have put a comma after sex.
It's lost on me, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I'm afraid art to me is painting.
Yeah. I think the fucking thing I had out this morning was better. The DNA spunk one's better than that. Don't you? I mean, it's a nice bit of tube bending.
See, I don't think it is art
I
myself.
think it's just fucking shit hot.
I just think it's shit.
Fresh back from London, John and Ann have been presented with a resolution to their concerns about Michael.
He came up here and what did he say, Anne, really? I can't really remember now. It's a bit blurred.
He was very, it wasn't aggressive. He was very passive, wasn't he? And he turned around and said, oh, you'd love...
This is the opportunity I've been looking for to get him out.
And he said...
There's been no cooperation on my part.
Oh, and John said, well, I've put a lot of time into you. And he said,
Yeah.
well, what have you done for me? What have you done? You've done nothing. Which isn't true. Oh, well, I don't think it's true.
I mean, basically, he just wanted to lay blame and responsibility on someone else. You know, he's going to blame everyone except himself.
Yeah. He packed his bag, didn't he? You were downstairs.
He packed his bag and trumped off to the circus.
And then off he went, round the corner with his bag on his back.
Going humpity hump, trunk, trunk, trunk.
I'd had enough, really, of being bent over this way, and so I just resigned. There are just two things that drive John. Number one is overwhelming sense of inadequacy, and number two is boundless greed. And you put that together with a legendary ego and a face like that, sort of run to the litter, and you basically have John, really. It's a great relief to me to be out of there. It's a total madass.
I've had an email from Thingy. Dear John, thank you for the meeting on Saturday. Both Nicky and I were very excited after you left. What, excited that we'd left? Whoops. And look forward to working on some designs for the interior side of your project. We've started working on them already. Aww. Sound. Another iron in the fire.
We're not used to people being polite and sending us emails thanking us for our meetings.
We're going to be designers, my duck. I love it. I love it so much.
And I've sent Mick
One thing I've got to do, Anne, let's redesign ourselves. Yeah? And the important thing from our point of view, maybe, is that, yeah, maybe it is time for a mini makeover, Anne. Bollocks. That's fucking bullshit. What does it say?
36.
Crap bollocks. 34. That ain't right.
Well, I've been told that you're coming for like a kind of slightly new image, is that right?
Oh, yes.
This jumper's 110 fucking quid. I'm not paying 110 quid for a jumper.
Yeah, but you said you liked it.
We can get this look cheaper. I'm going to see Zig Ziglar.
How are you this morning?
Very well, though. Thank you.
Good.
My name's John Armstrong.
John?
In the last 18 months, we've plugged ourselves back into the mains. We've become amplified. We're no longer a tiny little speaker. We're a rock concert. We're rocking.
Yeah, it's best just to work our bollocks off for full court. Ain't gonna happen.
There's the door. Take it or leave it. We don't fucking care. Tuh.
10 years ago, John Armstrong met Anne, and it was an instant attraction. Joining forces in marriage and business, they set out to become multi-millionaires. Together, they've built UFit, Coventry's third largest double glazing company. Now, Anne's decided that for the next phase of their expansion plans, John should sharpen up his image.
Because you know I'm going to smarten you up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking you on a shopping trip.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to that now.
I need some measurements because I think I found us a personal shopper.
Yeah, that's the problem with the measurements. I've just gone all very bloated. I've
When
got
you
a lot
take
of water
measure, I
retention
need
at
to
the
get
moment.
these measurements.
Waist 32 going on 32.5.
Pull it up.
Well,
Let's have a look.
what? Bollocks. That's fucking bullshit. What does it say?
36.
Crap bollocks. 34. That ain't right. Not a 36-inch waist.
Well, let's say 34 then.
33?
Right, your inside leg.
29.
Go on, let me measure it and check.
No, it's a 29. Oh, go on
Let
then.
me measure it. I don't get much excitement these days.
Make sure it's nice and high.
Yeah, but the tape measure that I used to have
That's got a
had
metal
hard
end
end
on
on it.
Yeah, I'll have a high end in a minute. Fucking careful.
That's a 27.
It's a 29. Look, I know my inside leg. They ain't going to get a 27-inch leg. That's like fucking General Tom Thumb.
All right, we'll go for 29.
Now they're moving into the sign business with their new company, Usignia. Anne's worried that John won't fit in.
38. Yeah, that's about right. Quite slim, really.
I think if he turns up, you can see somebody in a very image-conscious profession, and he turns up with his dog hair jumper on and or his stripy jumper, or it's just going to be a disaster. You're going to be laughed out of the place.
Hi Mark, lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Mark, I'm John. There we go.
Right. That does make a big difference, doesn't it?
Yes.
Bling. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from, and I'm really interested. That's not me.
As I say, we're double glazing people, and we think, well, I mean, we're just not designers. I mean, you look all nice and okay. I'm man from Burton. You're man from not Burton.
Come on, get it out. The insignia look has got to be very, very tailored. Very, very sharp. Yeah, because it's all image conscious, isn't it?
How many I'm not spending loads of money down there.
You need 2 outfits.
This is nice.
Okay. Well, I've been told that you're coming for like a kind of slightly new image, is that right?
Oh yes, a totally new image.
Totally new image. I've got a few things I can show you. A bit more with today. So that makes it look really alive.
Yes.
You bring out the stripe and everything.
Yeah, the shirt speaks and loud.
Exactly. You don't want loud on loud, so you're really just going into like this year.
Yeah.
And put a coloured jersey underneath. Trendy, but smart.
This jumper's 110 fucking quid. I'm not paying 110 quid for a jumper.
You said you liked it. Look at that shirt.
Fuck it, I'm not. Look, we can get this look cheaper. I've got to get a full-length mirror at home, man.
I know. Well, any mirror would be nice, John.
You seen these fucking... How fat does he think I fucking am, mate?
Tall.
Fucking how tall am I?
How'd you get on with those trousers? Well, they are big. That's not too bad.
That is so nice.
You've amazed, as I said, by the width of the stripe, you can tell sometimes.
Gorgeous.
It just, and you see, it doesn't make you look short at all.
No.
In fact, it makes you look taller.
Think I could be a model? I don't know what that is. That's 500 quid's worth of pound. That jumper is £95. And how the hell are we going to wash this bastard?
Carefully.
You know.
Really.
So gorgeous.
And you can just put cream or anything, but it's power dressing in one way.
I love it. Do you want to try your other glasses with it?
Oh yeah.
So nice.
Yeah. I think this is saying more about the person before the person speaks. I don't want that conventionality anymore. I don't want to be bound by, you know, corporate bondage. This is where I'm at.
Now John's acquired a suitable image for his launch into the sign industry, he feels it's time to do the same for his new company.
Okay, now here's the idea. Usignia is taking its own, it's gone like a little mini planetoid. It's got its own gravitational field now, right? And what I'm looking at, I've got some logos I'm working on because it needs its own logo. It needs to be contemporary, it needs to be modern, but with a tiny little bit of 70s disco wrapped in there.
Oh, I like that one, top right.
Top right?
Yep.
Because this has got
rich.
bubbles on it, can you see them?
Not really, no.
Well, it has.
Windows and conservatories, you've gone as far in it as, apart from making the company bigger, the product is not going to change a huge amount, is it?
It's just doing the same, but
it's
on a
just
bigger
doing the
scale.
same day in, day out, whereas every piece that you do on this is going to be something different, and I think that's more you.
One off.
That reminds me of when you first started this company. There's nowhere to go in windows and conservatories anymore.
After a slump so bad that John's had to block the factory's annual pay rise, the UFit sales team is finally beginning to deliver results. John believes it's all thanks to the motivational speeches of Zig Ziglar, with which he's been indoctrinating the team.
Share this basic belief with me, and we will share that with you.
And with our salespeople, we asked him, Luke's last week was so good, why? What he was doing was the pitch that we'd done, put together with Ziglar's direction, if you like, or his manifesto, and Luke sold like £23,000 in 1 week. What he is helping us achieve, that is giving us direction, he's giving us a method, and importantly, we're getting results. Let's listen to some of his pearls of wisdom.
Integrity eliminates guilt because you do the right thing.
You know, when people say, oh, my hero is David Bowie, let's say, I'd really like to meet him, or I'd really like to meet the Queen, or I'd really like to meet Britney Spears. Well, I'd really like to meet Zig Ziglar.
In gratitude, John's making a sign for Zig and wants to deliver it to the great man in person.
Dear Mr. Ziglar, are you going to write this down now?
Yeah.
When we had a broken sales force, he was the mechanic who fixed it back up. We found that we've sort of been redirected a bit like a lighthouse beam back onto the right track. Once we were high, then we were crestfallen. We wandered through the valley, then we've seen the light, and now we are back up on the mountain looking at the stars.
While Zig Ziglar has transformed the sales force, a more personal change will soon be taking place in John and Ann's life.
For coming home, pack loose, easy-to-wear clothes for your baby. Baby clothes, some nappies and a shawl.
I can't believe we're having a fucking baby. It's all real now, isn't it?
Yeah. I've just been for my first midwife appointment. And I've been weighed, measured, prodded, poked, turned and twisted. But the midwife also recommended that John goes to, you know, like the baby classes where you learn how to handle a baby, how to bath it and everything. What did you just say to me, John?
What do I fucking want to go there for? I'm not fucking pregnant. I made half of it. I've done my half.
Are you going to be in the room with me?
Yes. Childbirth is the most timeless of all human pursuits.
Yeah.
Right? So, it's a bit like walking and breathing.
Yeah.
It just happens. Look, have you seen these wildlife programmes? They drop it on the ground, 30 seconds later it's running around with a herd.
Yeah.
There you are then.
You do have to go.
And it's like going and get an oil change these days in a car. It's too sweet, bang in, out.
It isn't, because
National
the
Health want you in and out.
can help.
It's like going to Quick Fit and getting a new exhaust, that's what I'm saying.
Within days, John has the reply he's been waiting for from America.
I'm going to see Zig Ziglar. Mr. Ziglar is always interested in the stories of people who credit his work with having been a positive influence in their lives. Oh. We are already looking forward to the day and the events.
Right.
So, they're going to give me a 20 or 30 minute slot, yeah, where I'm able to share how our company has used Zig's material and applied the philosophy information to building his own business and conducting his life. And the only thing is that I can't use any profanity at all whatsoever.
And how long have you got to talk for?
About 30 minutes.
I wish I could go
Teleconference
to
call.
that. Half an hour of you not swearing.
Very excited about meeting him. Very, very excited about meeting him. Good morning.
Come on in.
Certainly is.
Yes.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ziglar.
And how are you this morning?
Very well, though. Thank you. My name's John Armstrong.
John, you'd have no way of knowing it, but I'm one of the biggest fans of the mother country that you have ever met.
Thank you very much.
I'm a big Churchill fan. I read all of his works.
Never give up.
Many Americans claim that America is the most powerful nation in the world, but that's just not true. The most powerful nation is a MAGA nation.
I know, well, it's a great honour to meet you, Zig.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I feel very gratified that you've taken the time out of your day to give me some time so I can tell you what you've done for me.
Yeah. Well, John, if you think I'm going to interrupt you when you're talking like that, you're sadly mistaken. You'll have to change the subject. Where did we go, Miss Laurie?
Back to the meeting room.
Back to the meeting room. Okay. We go this way. Did anybody show you my wall of gratitude? I'll identify them from the top up there. The first lady on the left is my mother. She, of course, had a huge impact. This is Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. You probably would recognize his name, his book. The Power of Positive Thinking was very impactful. But these people, you certainly wouldn't be talking to me today had God not placed these men and women in my life. I'm not in the speech-making business. I'm not in the seminar business. I'm not in the writing book business. I'm in the changing lives business. People periodically say to me, well, you know, Zig, you've been doing this for 50 years. Yeah. When are you going to retire? Why do you keep on doing this? I said, I'm not going to ease up, let up, shut up, or give up until I'm taken up. As a matter of fact, I'm just getting warmed up. All right.
Let's get a show on the road.
Well, John, you're running the show.
I've been ready for a couple of days now.
Okay.
Well, firstly, welcome. My name's John Armstrong. My long-term goal was to be self-employed, to be a CEO of my own organisation. And that happened. I took my foot off the gas and I started to coast in the comfort zone. And then I realised the world is my oyster. I can do anything I want to do. You've got a mind, untap it, let that potential flow like a river. Don't pen it in a test tube, let it gush. Now, I've always been an ideas person. There's something that I discovered. We'd had a product sat in our factory. It was like a vein of gold. How the heck was it coming out of that hillside? And it came to me. It came to me. The belief we have made my new business through you, from giving me the goals. I'm excited, I'm really on fire now. Because I realised, John, you've got a worldwide global product. In the last 18 months, we've plugged ourselves back into the mains. We've become amplified. You know, we're no longer a tiny little speaker, we're a rock concert, and we rock it. I don't know if someone would like you to dim the lights down for me, please.
Thank you very much, John. That is beautiful.
That's for you. I'd just like to say thank you for being such a charming, diligent and attentive audience. I've enjoyed my talk with you. I really have. I feel like I've come here and I've got something off my chest that's really been digging deep inside me. So I just want you, when you go back to work, you're working for yourselves, you're working for Zig, you're working as an organisation. You're working for people on this planet. You're improving their lives. Wow. I admire you all. Thank you very much. Well,
sign is beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much.
So very
thank you for your time anyway, because I know sometimes it's
our
difficult
pleasure.
for people to drag themselves away from their work.
We enjoyed it.
But I hope you
Margaret left a very successful real estate career of many years to join us, and we've just been absolutely thrilled with that decision she made.
There's no better product than the Ziggy training system.
Yeah.
This is true.
Ever.
Yeah.
What signs do you want delivered, and what are the best offices to stick them in?
We speak the same language, I think.
Yeah, always be closing.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's just brilliant.
Well, we, we wanted it. You can mount it in here, maybe on the wall, and put some hanging brackets on it.
Absolutely.
We'd have your permission.
This would be the place to put it.
Mm-hmm. We are experimenting with a prototype where the sign has a magic eye infrared beam. So if I came in, got to here, it would go, "Welcome. Please take a seat."
Oh, that's awesome.
You know?
Miss Laura, that does sound like a fabulously creative idea that that we can utilize, and I'll just bet you we can encourage somebody else to utilize it too. Yeah.
Would you be prepared to just talk for 2 minutes?
Sure.
I mean, just off the top of your head, when someone's down, fix them, give them something to walk out the room with this.
Okay, sure. You know, the inspiration of today can be drowned out by the traffic jams of tomorrow. You can respond and identify the problem and then start thinking solution, or you can react and have a pity party. Now, the problem with pity parties is very few people come, and those who do don't bring presents. Here's the message. Look for the good in each person. You'll be amazed to discover how much of it there is. You want to be sure not block out any of the...
Perhaps we...
Yeah, that might work.
Oh, that's a good idea. I hope one of those came out anyway.
Thank you very much. And I've got a takeaway message today that I'm going to take back to UFIT, and that perhaps is communicating better, praise, encouragement. Because like Zig said, it doesn't cost anything. It has a massive effect.
You know, the inspiration of today can be drowned out by the traffic jams of tomorrow. That's the reason people always need a word of encouragement. When you put your head to work and then bring your heart into action, it's like the high jumper that broke the world's record. Somebody said, "How'd you do it?" He said, "Oh, it's pretty easy. I just threw my heart over the bar, and the rest of me followed that."
Motivation is a bit like having a bath. If you don't have one every day, your attitude's going to start to stink. Remember time management. You never get back that minute that you've just taken away from yourself. The only person who can give it back the next time is you, by not wasting it and by putting priority in place. Prioritise your time and the results will come as sure as the sun rises. I promise you. Okay? And tomorrow night there's a do, and we've managed to get a limousine. We're going in a white limo tomorrow night. We're going to the dog track, yeah? We're going to be there, we're going to be drinking nice champagne. We've got a great future here, we've got a great team. Let's fucking go down there and kick ass. Right, and the other thing is, first person who gets to 5,000 quid today gets this bottle.
Don't say that, John.
Come on, first person to £5,000 today, come on, go out there and make it happen. I've already got your sales force. Yes!
As an additional reward for the increase in orders, the sales team has been allowed to knock off early for the greyhound races.
Fucking hell, this is awesome.
But the factory staff are still at work trying to get the orders out, and they're feeling somewhat undervalued.
Obviously, you don't really care about the factory workers. That's the way that's the way people are looking at it down here. Then when you see the fucking top of the range limo turn up, fucking hell, it's like getting a kick in the bollocks. Especially when fucking you got men coming in doing fucking 12-hour shift all week to get the work out on time. He's just taking the piss out of us. What can you say? You know, no money available. You know, big stretch limousine round the corner. Off out for a night with the dogs. So it will breathe bad feeling, won't it? Human nature, that is. They're getting all this, and we get fuck all. We're the ones that are coming in at 6 o'clock in the morning to get his work out.
John and Ann want the sales team to feel they're part of a successful business. So they've sponsored a race with a top prize of £105.
Oh, look, it's the U-Fish Celebration Stakes.
Yeah.
What do you reckon then, John? Zigzag? Oh, here come the little doggy horses. Ours looks a bit fed up. Oh, John, it's going to be ever so exciting.
Come on, you.
Oh, come on! Go on! Come on! We're gonna win it. Go on! Come on! You're gonna win it.
You needed it, honey.
Oh, well done. Oh, there you go. Oh, well done.
Well, there you are, because that's where you've chosen to be.
I think it was one of the most successful nights out from work we've ever had, don't you, John?
Oh yeah.
It really was.
It was a riotous cacophony of raucous people.
John seems to have become an alcoholic. John didn't drink until about 3 months ago. No, we can't stop him. He's in the pub every dinner time. John, if you had a member of staff who was doing that, what would you do? You wouldn't be very happy, would you?
No.
You'd be sending me in there to sort them out. So I'm going to have to talk to you strongly.
Hey, make us a cup of coffee then, will you? Okay. Actually, see if that wine's chilled in that fridge and I'll have a glass of that.
No, we've got things to do.
It's the bubbles that my body's starting to crave.
It was one of the few nights out where we've gone from work where I haven't had to sort of tolerate anybody. I really, really enjoyed being with them. Every minute of it, I thought they were fabulous. Because we have had some nights out where it's been intense. Something's been said during the day and you think, oh shit, how did I end up sitting next to them? But I'll tell you what, it was fabulous. And I think we've got the makings, we've got a core of the most fabulous team down there, don't you?
Definitely.
Absolutely, without any shadow of doubt.
The improved performance of the sales force has increased the workload in the factory. But there's a feeling amongst the lads that John's oblivious to the extra effort involved.
You can't run everyone ragged for 24/7 every 5 days a week. Like, you can't do it. People are going to break down, sort of thing. If you want to work twice as hard, you pay them give them some more money. Every year, like I've worked here 2.5 years, and I've had a pay rise every time. But for some reason, it's changed this year, and I don't know why. That's what everyone wants to know, why has it changed? As long as he's getting his money, he ain't bothered. He expects us to work our bollocks off for fuck all. Not going to happen.
Are people unhappy? I think they're disgruntled at the minute. They're pissed about a pay rise. Just general, just the whole, that's the underlining tone. Yeah, but I think we've addressed that now. That turns into like...
They fucking ain't one.
Yeah, that was that was sort of the underlying general sort of tone.
Nothing to fucking give them. You know,
So
like
there
old Mother Hubbard went to the fucking cupboard. She went there for a reason to get something. When she opened it was fucking bare. Well, join the fucking club. Look in that bleeding cupboard.
Because they saw the car pull up and we don't get and we've asked and we've not. And then, you know...
Well, let me put it this way. Let me explain to them. You explain this to them. Without them people down there, they got no jobs.
We've got to keep those guys down there motivated. And if we have to get a helicopter in next time and, you know, take them out for a day, that's what we'll flaming well do.
You know, the company is called Armstrong Industries. It's not called fucking kibbutz fucking cooperative. You know. We're not like, we don't have a meeting every day to decide what we're going to do, whether we're going to go for a walk in the park or go and fucking do this. You know, it's a commercial enterprise.
When I've worked in a place where I haven't been happy with something, I leave. I go somewhere else. So if it's that bad, why do they keep coming in every day?
There's the door. Take it or leave it. We don't fucking care. What more can you say? There's an international sign exhibition in Las Vegas, Presley country. It would be good for us to go there and make a statement on the international sign scene. Well, we should have got married there, really.
It'd be a bit fun, wouldn't it?
But I think it might get to a point where, I don't know, someone might say, I might just crack and just, oh, I've had enough of this shit.
If our employees will be saying, oh, well, they're having champagne and we ain't had a pay rise yet this year. We're just giving them the pay rise in that, we're having it for them.
Liquid pay rise this year.
Are you interested in this? It was a bit like we'd turned up at King Arthur's court with a neutron bomb. They didn't know what the fuck it was and they didn't know what the fuck it did, but they knew it was different. Well, now they're going to find out, because when we unleash it, a lot of them cunts will be fucking blown for six.
Maya.
Thank you.
That was lovely.
Oh, you guys are lovely.
10 years ago, John Armstrong met Anne, and it was an instant attraction. Joining forces in marriage and business, they set out to become multi-millionaires. Together, they've built UFit, Coventry's third largest double glazing company. And while they've certainly done well with windows, Anne can't help wondering if their new sign business could be an easier route to earning their fortune.
Hello, Anne. Making people profitable. Me being the person to the people in this instance, I think.
Yeah, I've just been thinking about that actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What am I to do then today?
No, when I was driving in, I was thinking signs are easier to do, aren't they, than make conservatories and windows.
In a way.
And you can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
And you don't need much staff.
No.
So we better get covering, haven't we?
When their new company, Usignia, is launched at the Sign UK show in Birmingham in a few weeks' time, John and Ann intend to take the neon sign industry by surprise with a cheap alternative that uses luminous resin paint.
This is where British industry first started with fuckers doing shit like this, so don't knock it.
I'm taking my creative juices elsewhere because I'm not appreciated here.
Look, I think you'll find I'm the creative one. Yeah, you got it, no point.
Yeah, but John, I'm fainting, love.
We'll fall that way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice.
I've been coming down the same road for 9 years, coming into work. And the first thing you always do every morning, it's quite depressing really, is check who's come in, who hasn't come in, don't you? And then you can go out and you can sell all the windows and conservatories you like in the world. But then if the people don't come in to make it, you're scuppered. Where you're relying on people, you've got problems.
That's my fucking car, that is. I mean, I fucking spent...
We fucking work hard for this. Fucking let him go. We don't need wankers like that. We got enough other ones.
I can't fucking believe it. Cocksuckers. They are fucking cunts.
Well, are we going to focus? If we could make the same amount of money with a quarter of the overheads,
Does that sound like a negative pill to you?
No.
It might be negative to the three-quarters of the people who aren't working here anymore. But at the end of the day, does it bloody matter?
Seeing sense in Anne's plan, John has an idea that could give Usignia extra clout at Sign UK and also global presence.
There's an international sign exhibition in Las Vegas.
Wow.
Las Vegas. Presley country. It would be good for us to go there and make a statement on the international sign scene. This is the daddy of the shows, yeah? Well, we'd better put on our all our advertising and marketing material as seen at the Las Vegas International Sign Exhibition, won't we? We might even put Judge Best Stand at the show.
International Sign Expo comes to Las Vegas. We'll find over 500 companies.
501.
Displaying over 1,500 booths of the most advanced and innovative products and services in the sign industry. Are we one of the most advanced, would you say?
Do you think when Edison made the light bulb, right, he sat in his office and he said, right, I'm going to go to the international indoor home exhibition and I'll take my light bulb, and his wife said to him, do you think we've got anything innovative? And think what our baby's going to see when it's born. He's going to say, I am part of a global dynasty founded by my father.
Aww. Morning, Jan.
Hello, Anne.
How are you?
You know, not good at all, actually.
Why? What's up?
I don't want to be here.
Oh, I've got to be honest, I feel so sick. Never mind. Do you think we ought to live somewhere warm, Jan? Perhaps I wouldn't feel sick in the sun. What is it in Las Vegas?
Okay. 62,
Oh, what's
65 on Sunday, and that's in January.
That's a bit better, isn't it?
There's the Mandalay Bay Casino, that's where our conference is.
Wow.
Do you want to have a look at some of these Vegas wedding ceremonies?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we should have got married there, really. You know, rather than doing it down the Indian restaurant on the buffet, like we did, it'd have been nice to have like a pink caddy pick us up with an Elvis impersonator. You and me would have been dressed in white rhinestone cowboy outfits, right? And then we get married by Elvis.
Well, why don't we do it? We're going to be there. It'd be a bit fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe in 5
I think
months
it's got
pregnant
that.
when we get there.
It's got like that plasticky, nice, cheesy sort of feel to it.
Oh, that's nice. Well, unfortunately, Saturday night, in the night, I wasn't feeling that well, was I?
No.
I was getting
cramps.
Yeah, sort of cramping pains. And I thought, I'm in labour, I could, I just knew it. John never gave up hope. I kept saying, we're losing it, we're losing the baby. And John kept saying, it's going to be all right. And I was saying, no, it won't be. And phoned for an ambulance, didn't we?
The only sort of solace is that it didn't happen later, and that Anne is all right, and there's nothing to stop us trying again for a baby, is there? Nothing at all.
I've been to the doctors this morning to ask if I can fly. He did say that if you're feeling okay and you feel like flying, then go. So that's what we're planning on doing. I think a few days away in a change of scenery, I think it would be quite good, and it would be nice to be there together, because otherwise it means that we're apart, and I couldn't have got through the last few days without John. I just couldn't have done it.
John's brought two of his newest creations to the Vegas Expo. A Chinese takeaway sign and a glowing Jesus.
When we've got the light boxes on there and they're illuminated and they're all firing up, it'd be a showstopper, yeah? So people will be able to relate to it and say, wow, these people are like so sophisticated designers. That John and Ann Armstrong is marvellous. Like that guy who said to us in the lobby,
Yeah.
wow, are you a designer? Well, yeah, I am, as a matter of fact. No, I'm an artist. Am I an artist? Fucking too right, I'm an artist of fucking sweet things. But I think here we could start
Taking over the States.
well, we can do it. You know, what the mind of man can believe, he can achieve, and we will achieve. Just put this over on.
The Las Vegas Expo is the world's premier sign exhibition, attended by all the leading international manufacturers and distributors. Attracting their interest is vital if John and Ann are to have any chance of breaking into the global sign market.
What time is it, Anne?
2 o'clock.
No, I don't want to get the cream and the foam.
I've had apples.
The cream and the foam mixed up.
I was going to ask for a bit of cream. John, you were disgusting. Well, the expo was meant to be the highlight of the trip, wasn't it? Do you feel like it was a highlight?
Not really. We got a lot of feedback, didn't we? There were quite a lot of interested parties.
Yeah, mostly about on shoes.
Are you interested in this?
I just thought we were going to have loads of people coming to have a look. But it's given me a lot of ideas for the Birmingham one because we're doing that in just a couple of weeks, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because we just had an open table. I mean, we only had 3 business cards on it.
No, I took the business cards off because some cunts were just taking them like they were fucking, you know, fuck knows what they were thinking.
Got 2 of them now.
Got 2.
That's pretty good.
We make manufacturer signs using an innovative new technology, using fluorescent acrylics.
You gotta look at LED. Fluorescent's out. You're 50 years behind the time.
It was a bit like we'd turned up at King Arthur's court with a neutron bomb. They didn't know what the fuck it was and they didn't know what the fuck it did, but they knew it was different. Well, now they're going to find out, because when we unleash it, a lot of them cunts will be fucking blown for 6.
But the biggest benefit I think we got was the fact that we managed to get lots of film and photographs of us being at the Las Vegas show, because when we get to Birmingham, I'll eat John's blue shoes if we see anybody else exhibiting at Birmingham who was at the Las Vegas show. However, if it did really take off in a big way...
yeah, I'm about to take off. In a big way.
We've got one business that is making money, UFit, and potentially we've got another one that's going to make money. So we'll just see how it goes.
And millions of dollars. Cheers. I'm getting married in the morning.
Wow!
Oh, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
I look like I did a few years ago. What's your name, sir?
John. I'm John.
John? All right. Elvis Presley, John. Good to meet you. And Ann?
Ann.
You're beautiful, dude. I don't blame you. I'd marry her too if I were you. She's fantastic.
You look good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Come on, let's go get
Get your kids married.
Okay.
I got a thing about you, baby, and nothing I can do. I got a thing about you, baby, a thing about loving you.
Thank you very much.
Well, John and Ann, you're here in Las Vegas. Your journey was long, but your love is longer. Your life together is peace, beauty, and harmony. But most of all, it's forever. Will you once again take this beautiful lady to be your wife?
Yes, of course.
Will you promise her again, as you renew your love and vows to her, that you will love her and honor her, respect her, and keep her?
Yes, of course.
And Anne, once again, will you take John to be your husband?
I will.
Father, I pray today that you will bless, that you will keep and encourage and strengthen John and Ann together. I want you to look into her eyes, and I want you to say to her, I, John,
I, John,
take thee, Ann,
take thee, Anne,
for my wife.
for my wife.
I, Ann, renew all of my love.
Renew all of my love.
I love you.
I love you.
I need you.
I need you.
I want you.
I want you.
And I cannot live without you.
And I can't live without you.
Give each other a big kiss.
Oh, I love you more today than yesterday. But I love you less today, less than I will tomorrow.
Oh, you guys are lovely.
Having failed to make a dent on the American sign market, John and Ann are determined to make a bigger impact at Sign UK in Birmingham.
Because we've already exhibited at the Las Vegas International Sign Expo, which I bet not many people in Birmingham have done. So I think what we ought to do is sort of feed off the back of that, really. I mean, the fact is that only one of the signs I thought was worthy of being exhibited. I thought the other two wouldn't.
They've been redone.
They've been redone. In fact, they were so bad we left them there. We left them on the stand. We just, you have them.
Well, no, but it's a learning curve. I mean,
thank God we went to Las Vegas to learn and we didn't do it tomorrow.
but now, you know, they're getting better and better and better.
They are getting better.
Soon they'll be walking among us.
Because when we were at Las Vegas, everybody who had anything on their table or their stand, people were stopping and having a look, whether they were interested or not. We had nothing. In fact, I think we had a knife on the table at one point that we'd used to unwrap the... That got a lot of interest, but it wasn't for sale. So we thought that we'd do, like, just put something on the table, and perhaps food always goes well, perhaps a bowl of mince or something, I don't know. I noticed a lot of the Americans were doing that. Yeah.
Take the bag if you want. Oh, shh.
Now what's happened?
It's glass, Annie, it's not plastic, this one.
I thought you said it was indestructible.
Yeah, not if it's dropped on a fucking car park.
I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be saying Birmingham was posher than Vegas, but it is, isn't it?
Oh, great. There you go.
Aww.
Sign UK is the #1 event in the British sign industry calendar. The one opportunity that John and Ann have to meet buyers from all over the country.
It's good, isn't it? I'm not sure what you're meant to do at exhibitions.
We're meant to wait for people to come and see you.
You meant to lounge across your...
No,
I knew you'd be eating all of those.
Down the aisles, look, you know. Really, where are you from then?
Just from Ireland on the West Coast.
Could be a big opening in the Catholic Church. New Pope come in, perhaps they want a nice new memorial. We just exhibited in Las Vegas.
So Ireland is just a neighbour now, isn't it?
We'd like a holiday anyway. That's how you do it, Anne.
I love the Irish. We need something like they've got. Everybody stops when they start doing that, don't they? I told you, although it looks fabulous compared to Vegas, we need to be doing something. We either need to be colouring or... I meant to be...
No, you know they say sex sells.
You can't have sex on the stand.
So you've got the aspect of being able to say, yeah, it's computerised, but it has got that Michelangelo effect, as I call it. It's hand finished. You know, like the Sistine Chapel. Well, this is like the Sistine Chapel in the 21st century.
So what background do you come from? You said you're not from sign making.
No, we're in double glazing.
Oh right, okay, windows.
Yeah, UPVC windows.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's sort of like the Rolls Royce of illuminated signs.
Yeah.
It's just something different in a world of uniformity, if you like. I think with our product, because it is so unique, it's basically like we've gone to a medieval armoury competition with a machine gun, and everyone is stopping chucking their broadswords away and say, yeah, I'm having that. So I think that's intrinsically what we've developed today.
I'll tell you what, it's been a fabulous show.
Yeah.
It's been brilliant.
After Sign UK, Anne and John returned to Coventry. Now, having participated in national and international sign events, they decided to enter their latest creation into the British Sign Awards.
There's an award for Best Illuminated Sign. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I like that one.
Which one?
Top right.
You sure? Well, I've got to send them two because...
Oh, in that case, send them those two. Oh, it's all right, John. The judges are blind.
Are they?
All judging is blind.
Ah.
Be all right. We might win it then.
Right. Sorted.
We've been shortlisted for, what is it?
Best Craftsman Award.
I don't think we're going to win. Perhaps I have driven through a cloud of negativity today. I don't know.
You've got to believe. Come on, where's the belief?
I'll be stunned.
Can you not picture yourself? Here we are, shaking hands with the man. Yeah, little acceptance speech.
How would you like me to stand when you're making our acceptance speech?
We won't get very long to make a speech. I can't help.
I want to get up on stage at the NEC and say thank you
next
to
to the
people.
sun, what's going to happen?
Don't even let me speak.
You're just saying to me, look, if you've got a fucking 100-watt bulb next to a 5-watt bulb, it's going to get a bit of overcast, aren't you?
You have to give the 5-watt bulb a chance to
I am
glow.
giving you a chance. I am, I'm just helping you.
What, by not letting me speak?
I don't know where all this has come from all of a sudden. You never shut up when you're at home.
I'm just a friggin' Stepford wife, I know.
Well, you can do the fucking acceptance speech.
No, you said you were better at it, so you do it.
Well, you can do it if you want.
Oh, thank you.
While John and Anne celebrate the success of their signs, the lads back at the factory are fondly recalling the days when John had only one business to manage.
Business has got so big now. He's doing his own bits and bobs. So, he's made it. The company's he's flipping grew this from nothing. I've heard in the past from the lads that have been here a long, long time. He come down one day and said, right, come on lads, we're going to Alton Towers. You wouldn't get. I've never seen anything like that in 3 years. So I've been here.
Cheers.
It's gone from being a pretty good place to work. It's gone right out the window now. All that's gone.
We're going to the Shai Palace, a very nice little emporium, and it's free booze, as much as you can eat, as much as you can drink. There's going to be a karaoke singer there as well. That's what we're looking to do anyhow.
Free beer and entertainment. Oh, hey!
See yourself.
I'll be there.
Keep practicing.
Oh, Carol, I am such a fool. Darling,
I love you.
Though you treat me cruel. Oh, that's enough, isn't it? But I think it might get to a point where, I don't know, someone might say, I might just crack and just, I've had enough of this shit, and just say it. But even then, you could just brush it off. is what it seems to be doing a lot of just lately.
If our employees will be saying, oh, well, they're having champagne and we ain't had a pay rise yet this year.
Yes, but you're doing all the networking for your company.
We're just giving them the pay rise in that. We're having it for them.
It's a liquid pay rise this year.
The second finalist is Usignia, and the fact that they developed a new technique to produce a completely new style of illuminated sign really impressed the panel. David, please tell us who the winner of this category is.
I'm very pleased to announce that the winner is very colourful and is Vinyline.
Fucking well pissed off we didn't win. They don't know what the technology we're using, which obviously gives us a massive leapfrog. Because I reckon we can batter this fucking lot. They ain't hard enough. Fucking, I want to spend 6 months in double glazing. That'll fucking knock the edges off them.
I do feel like we've been picked up and lifted and plonked somewhere else.
It's a bit like Attila the Hun comes to Ronald McDonald's house.
You know, McDonald got a house?
Yeah, it's a big fucking red thing, but he's got a massive sword and he wants to slit his fucking throat. Gets into his house and he's putting a fucking purple nose on. And that's power. Because Attila the Hun was a mad, evil bastard, a genius. Ronald McDonald is a genius as well, from different sides of the tracks, brought together in one.
This is our Sign Industry Awards, highly commended for the Craftsman Award. We're very, very proud of this. I like the way it's done like money at the bottom. That's a prophecy, that is. Sign Industry Awards, presented by Amari Plastics, the Craftsman Award, highly commended, Usignia for Ride. Oh.
Windows and conservatories, you've gone as far in it as, apart from making the company bigger, the product is not going to change a huge amount, is it?
It's just doing the same, but
it's just doing the same day in, day out, whereas every piece that you do on this is going to be something different, and I think that's more you.
One off.
That reminds me of when you first started this company. There's nowhere to go in windows and conservatories anymore.
But while Anne still sees their future in glowing resin, John's affections are returning to his original passion, the window game.
This heart is beats purple blood, beautiful. But this brain has Usignia in it at the moment, and the two are getting on famously well. And we'll never get out of the windows as long as I'm alive. But quite an interesting thing, being in windows. It's a very thing I like about it. It's not a blue chip environment, you know, where it's like suit and tie, yes sir, no sir, and formality. You know, in this industry you can be yourself, you can be outlandish, you can be outspoken, you can be anything you want, and people will still buy windows off you. So that suits me. And yeah, I don't think it suits the non-conformists. A bit like a football team. You've only got one striker. Well, no, okay, everyone can score a goal, but you've only got one striker, haven't you? But I'm not that striker, I'm more like the referee. No, I'm more like UEFA. I set the rules and everyone plays within that. No, I'm more like, I say, but we're going to play, this is the season's fixtures, this is where we're going to be playing, and how we're going to be playing. We're going to play dirty, you know, we're going to play mean. I don't know much about football, to be honest with you, but I imagine that's what goes on. Interestingly enough, football, they've spoilt that game. There's too many yellow cards handed out.